Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Bourbon Neophyte. I'm sure this is a surprise for most of you to see me sitting here, particularly on a Tuesday evening at this time. But hey, I figured, what the heck? If Storytime could be here, so can I. Bad Axe Bourbon popped in there. I am excited that he even came over here. Zen Boot is here. Can you believe it? Hey, my coffee order's in. I was just gonna ask you that because I'm gonna be looking for it tomorrow morning, sharp, buddy. So I'm crossing my fingers that it's gonna make it. So I got some fresh Irish cream just for that coffee too. Looking forward to it. Oh, got to say hi to Five Fingers. Always glad to see Five Fingers here. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for popping in. Well, you're probably wondering, like, what in the heck is going on and why is he here, especially on a Tuesday night? Well, I just happen to have the rest of the week off. Can you believe it? So just had some things going on for today that I just had to, take today off. So now I am here and I decided, what the heck? Let's do a little pre-Thanksgiving Day open pub to sit here and just sit back and chat a little bit, talk some turkey, like, wild turkey, rare breed, Kentucky spirit, whatever spirit is going to move you tonight. Let's just sit back and chat. I did post the link to the stream up in chat. Those of you that feel like joining, feel free. Please let me know what you guys are sipping on at this time. Would really appreciate it. Put it in chat. Also, remember, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel because it is greatly appreciated. If you know anybody that would be interested in this, make sure you forward the stream to them and tell them, hey, what are you doing? Get in here. Let me just say, hey, Aaron, always a pleasure to see you. Mr. Slapshot, cheers, brother. Thank you for popping in. Let me bring someone else in here. He's kind of a big deal in the whiskey world, let me tell you.
I am not a big deal.
Hey, that's not what Stahl says.
Yeah, right.
He says you're a big deal, brother.
Big deal.
That's
thanks
right.
for doing this, buddy.
Well, I had some time.
These pop-up lives are a lot of fun. They really are.
They are. And I said, I know some people from the East Coast are going to pop on and, stop over without a doubt. And I figured, let's do a little pre-Thanksgiving Day show and then do a little pre-warm up for Whiskey Encore. Because Cheech will be on tonight right around, well, my time to be like 9-ish, 9:05, somewhere in there. Cheech. It could be right at midnight. It could be a little before midnight, but I put his link in there so people see it. Let me just go up there and make sure people know. Put it in there. Whiskey Encore is going to be on. Make sure people know that. Got the link there if they are interested. And if people don't know who he is, great late night commentary on whiskey. Always go over, check him out, watch his live streams, watch his past live streams. Make sure you like and subscribe to his channel. Let me pulling that off there. Well, did you see where Marty and Rob pulled a fast one today? They did a premiere. Kind of caught me off guard too. Even though I read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm home to actually watch some in real time. Yeah. And then as I'm waiting for it to come on, I catch, oh, it's a premiere. This is pre-recorded. So I was like, that's okay. They were on. So we were chatting. So it was all good. It was all good.
Nice.
Oh, we have to pause for a moment for our legal disclaimer.
Mm-hmm. Good evening, gentlemen.
Here we go.
How y'all doing?
Oh my gosh. Just sitting here talking a little turkey. I mean, particularly in my glass, I got a little.
Look what I found. Look what I found this weekend in a
Hold on.
Total Wine.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was the last one. It was sitting on the
damn
shelf.
Near extinct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn near.
Well, they don't call them Bell Mead anymore.
No, it's
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
know
You
what
got
it is.
You got it.
Just
The Tennessee, the H.
Come on, you
yeah, I
got
just
it.
can't think of what it
You
is
do it.
off the top of my
It's
head right now.
why
That's
did they
the
do
thing.
that? Everybody recognizes
Nelson.
Nelson Brothers. Nelson Brothers.
There you go.
At
I was gonna
107,
say-
and it's at 107.8.
Yeah, they cover, and it doesn't taste anything like that. By the way,
No?
they changed the recipe. Yeah, they did something funky.
Is it good or
When
no?
I tasted it, I tasted it. I didn't like it. I gotta go
Yeah, it's a
grab
little chilly.
a bottle of Booker's. Hang on.
You got a bottle of Booker's.
Yeah, it's Greg McDonald, so we're gonna drink it.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
Greg.
Is it that Texas or that Kentucky tea?
Yeah.
It's out here for about $105.
It's
I think that's getting to be. I think
It's
it's
not
getting to be a
here to
little
stop me,
pricey
so-
for damn Booker's.
it's
He's
85.
not here to
gosh.
stop me. So I'll. Anybody wants a pour? You just send me your glass.
Hey,
Yeah.
you fill
God,
my
I wish
glass
that
there,
world
Shane?
existed.
I'm sorry.
Sugar Kitty, cheers! Long time no see, man. Nice to see you.
God,
What did you say,
Mr.
Anthony? I didn't hear
Shits.
you, buddy. I'm sorry. Anthony, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, I'm ready for a fill. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is Kentucky tea. 126.5.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that
Although
hat
it's
is
not the
really cool.
fifth time I have debuted this hat, Ben. But anyway, yeah, it is a nice one. I get a lot of compliments. My wife didn't like it when I first got it. I've had it for a couple years. I get so many
Yeah.
compliments every time I wear it.
Thanks, Greg McDonald.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. You made
Thanks,
Shane's
Greg.
night. You know, instead of drinking that, King of Kentucky or Old Dragon Bones, you finally give him some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Booker's fan, but there's a couple batches I've had.
Is
that I'm
that a
like, oh,
shot glass? Are you actually drinking that out of
Yeah.
a shot glass?
Yes, that is. If you ask Old Man Joe, he'll tell you that's how American bourbon and whiskey is meant to be consumed.
I disagree.
Am I lying, Shane?
Nope.
There you
That's
go.
exactly what Old Man Joe will say.
He gave us an education, didn't he? When he had his
Yep.
little shot glass at Whiskey Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm
Yep,
drinking
yep,
Old
yep.
Ezra 7.
Oh,
Nice.
I got some of that.
That's
I don't
always
think
one
I've-
of my.
I don't think I've ever cracked it, and I've had it about a year.
It's always been one of my favorites.
I don't think I've cracked it. What do we got here, Sandra?
A 1 if he thinks he's supposed to take it off, or type 2 if you think he's supposed to work Wednesday, tomorrow.
Oh, everyone, let's get this taken care of for Zenbood. Put in the
Think-
chat.
we all
You
know what
think
it's
he
supposed
should take Wednesday off by typing in 1, or he should go to work? Type 2. Yeah.
I took last Friday was my last day at work for the next week.
Gonna take care of your voice. Drink more whiskey.
I'm going to drink more whiskey. I don't know if it's going to take care of my voice, but
Oh, it will. The more whiskey you have, the quieter you'll be in a couple of hours.
oh,
Sorry, Eric.
well,
Sorry.
hell.
You just don't have to go just all over to get abuse. You can come right here.
Going to drink water for the rest of the night.
That'll show
Oh,
us.
Adam says go to work. Adam.
Damn.
What? Can you believe this? I agree. I agree, Zenbood. You feel it coming on? It could be days.
Mm.
Days.
I'm liking that Kentucky tea. It's pretty good.
Got no
Pretty good.
choice.
Every review I've seen says that it is the best of the year this far and the best that it's been for a while.
Wow. It's pretty good.
Really?
I can't speak to
For a
best
while.
of the year or anything like that, but it's pretty good.
Oh, did you hear this, Eric? Look at there.
Damn. More and more abuse.
Sorry, Adam. Sorry.
Mm.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not. Not until
Get
Monday.
out there and generate some GDP, damn it.
That's right. So I tell you what, I haven't poured this Kentucky Spirit well over 6 months, maybe longer. It's one of those things where it's good. I like it, but I'll be honest with you, for the money, and I think we've talked about this many times, Kentucky Spirit is good, but it basically, 100 proof. You might as well, for $10 less, just buy the rare breed.
Rare breed.
Yeah, exactly.
Rare breed's better.
Just buy the rare breed. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. If you want to spend the extra money, you can go right ahead. Oh my goodness. Hey, look at this. I just caught this Viking bourbon. Let me raise this glass. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe bell if you're all new to the channel, or if you just popped in. Don't forget to smash that like button. Always got to take care of the housekeeping issues.
There are 16 watching and 12 likes.
I know.
Go freeloaders.
That's right.
Let's go freeloaders. Hit that like button.
That's right.
Bill, that's a good question.
I know where it's at, Big Vic, but I'm sure you've got plenty of it.
See, I don't even.
You know what? He wouldn't have it. But I tell you what, that bull run that we had at Liquor Lineup 2, Shane, that was finished, I think it was in the Cabernet.
Yeah.
It was 15-year-old whiskey finished in Cabernet. I'm not a wine finished person. That was fantastic. And no, there's none left. Sorry, Bill, or I would drive over one for you. And but that was good. And that was one of the ones I would say, holy smokes, that one.
Yeah, no one in my family likes bourbon at all.
So higher, man. Nice to see you.
Well, that's why I haven't
seen you in a while. Cheers. Let me raise my glass to you.
Take the bourbon that you like to drink and forget about it.
Yeah.
And be thankful that you got bourbon and they got their wine.
You know what, Bill? Bring something, you're right, that you do like, not crazy high proof, but something good. And if you have one of the Redwood Empires, I think that's a good sipping all around whiskey that you can give anybody that would appreciate it. It's not strong, but it has a good taste to it, a nice finish on there. I mean, if you bring Basil Hayden's, they'll probably leave.
No, they'll probably think it's great if they're not bourbon drinkers.
That's true. Yeah. If they're non-bourbon drinkers, I've got a bottle. If you want to swing by, I would gladly give it to you. It's one of those things I got as a gift, and I wanted to say to my dad, "Why'd you do that to me?"
Yeah, another one you could bring that's non-offensive is Eagle Rare.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's a good choice. Got a couple bottles of that too.
Eagle Rare. Any of those bland kind of beginner bourbons.
Wild Turkey 101's a good one because it's cheap and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Oh, David.
And it's Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I brought the turkey.
101.
Hey. Exactly. For the price, you can't go wrong. Or if you've got some Eagle Rare, rare breed, or even Kentucky Spirit. I mean, at 100 proof, that's what I'm sipping on right now. You cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong.
So you got any big plans, Anthony?
No, not really. Just gonna stuff my pie hole and nap, and probably, well, I don't nap, honestly. But something like that. Evil, cheers, brother. Thanks for popping in.
Evil Williams. I like that.
And you know what? Woodford is, especially the Weeder, I don't think it's too bad. That would be a decent one to bring over. It's not overpowering. It's got some flavor. I doubt if it has the 200 flavors like they had stated. But,
that one always gives me pancakes and sausage. The regular Woodford gives our pancakes and syrup with a little bit of sausage. It's just Woodford's kind of a pleasant tasting, low proof.
Kind of
OGB
boring.
114. Yeah, boring. Right. No, you're absolutely right.
What's up, Adam?
It's like Maker's Mark. I won't drink a regular Maker's Mark because it's boring. But kick it up over 100 proof, and I'll start drinking it.
Yeah, proof.
And get the cask strength.
Get it up to 116, 117, and I'll drink the whole bottle.
Wow.
Hey, B. Bauer. Cheers, man. Long time no see. Thanks for popping in. Adam, what's up, man? How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. Good. I'm
You
just
got to
doing
work
great.
one more day, huh?
One more.
Hey,
It's kind of a light day though, so
Well, that's good.
should be off at a decent time at least.
there you
Yeah.
go.
And then I'm actually off Monday too, so I get Thursday through Monday off.
Oh, really? I could have taken Monday off, but I didn't.
I had to. I got some prior engagements I had to take care of.
Hey, cheers,
Great
man.
shot.
Yeah.
Mr. Great
Cheers.
shot. What's up, buddy?
Oh,
Hey,
Mark.
Shane.
Yeah.
You said if you spoke his name, he'd come.
Yeah.
Greg
There he
McDonald, we're drinking your
Well, we're
drinking your
not.
Vickers
Texas
right
tea
now.
No,
bag.
we're drinking. Everyone's got to pour out of that Kentucky tea. I'm giving it away, Mark.
Dude, he's giving it away like it was free. He said, "This
I
is
think that's
Greg's
double.
bottle, and we got to
That's
put a
right.
dent in it."
I wish that.
So
I
he
wish
just
that
started handing
machine
it out,
existed.
Greg.
I'd love to be able to put my glass in a machine, beam it over to Shane, have him fill her up, and send it back.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would
Bill,
make
you have
pub,
to ask.
pub live stream so much more amazing.
Oh my god! And there'd be more people than just Adam and I falling asleep on camera.
Right.
There'd be a whole group of people.
But anyway, Greg,
He's
we're drinking your Kentucky tea, buddy. Thank you.
What are they going for on your end of the world, Shane? Here, I can get it for right around a
Right
C
around
note.
100. I mean, for me, it's free, which is the best price. But
It is.
You know,
Especially when you're using Greg. You know what the heck?
It's 85 here.
How many BJs you got to give to get it for free?
trust me, with him, all I got to do is say the word BJ, and it's enough. It's been a while, you know. He's
Yeah,
a
they're
little-
89 in Utah
If you believe
when they drop, but they go pretty quick actually. Lately,
Well,
you can,
they
if
got
you
to
can
follow.
believe if you can believe what they write in the men's room wall, only one. He only has to give you one. Then you're done.
there you go. Yeah, Greg said it was $90.
meet you at the glory hole.
90. Okay. Well, you know what?
Ugh.
That's one of those FOMO bottles people go after because of its reputation and popularity. And so as soon as something comes out like that, they grab it. And the first Booker's I truly ever tasted was the Lumberyard. And that was in September, right there around Whiskey Weekend.
Mhm.
And I wasn't impressed. And I have 3 Bookers sitting up there and a little book I haven't even cracked the seal on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
I bought 2, and the 2 batches I bought just did not do anything for me. And it was like Beaten Biscuits and Donahoe's batch.
Is that last year? Two from last year?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. And I just, like, at this price, I'm not buying any more of these
Yeah,
until
that was the
someone
last
gives me
one I bought.
makes it
They-
worth it.
Well, and the real problem was like last year's batches was more burn, less flavor. I mean,
Mhm.
it was just all about the alcohol burn and nothing. And the Texas tea, I had a drop of that the other night at a friend's house, and I like it.
really.
Yeah. It's got
Like I said, here it's about $100, $105, and I'm like, I thought they were getting pricey at the $90, $95 range that they were pricing themselves out. Now it's like, unless I know it's really damn good and it's one of those that, yeah, you just got to get it. I don't know about it now.
Sounds like this year's batches have been better for sure, and the
Yeah.
most recent is the favorite, I think.
the one I can't get up, can't pull the trigger on is Little Book. I can't pay what they want for 2-year-old bourbon.
What is it there? Like 130?
Yeah, it's like 135.
Yeah, I would
sometimes
too, Dave.
140.
I wouldn't a heartbeat.
Yeah, we got that dropping right now here too. The little bit.
Oh, yeah.
like it's so much more than Booker's, and it's younger, right? But it's
Yeah.
it's like an interesting blend. Is I
Right.
guess the big thing about it. So
OJ, it's definitely not worth that. Not worth that. And I would have laughed. I mean, laughed right out loud. Exactly.
dude,
Because
Bourbon
it's
Baller.
laughable. But somebody will be dumb enough to pull out them dead presidents and lay it on the counter and walk out with that and smile. But you know what? It's their money. You know,
Yeah, dude.
let
If
'em-
Bourbon, if what Bourbon Baller says, if it was $45, I would probably buy every damn batch.
at $45, $50, $60,
Oh yeah.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
80 or 70, like what ECBP are in
Right.
my area. You know, like
Here's
70
the
I might
problem.
go that high.
I would do that for Booker's.
I might.
Here's the problem. It's 100 or over 100, and it still sells out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I
So,
said, it's that FOMO
If you're the
bottle.
distiller, what are you doing?
It's that FOMO bottle. I mean, come on. People are just on that thing like a fly on shit. Come on. It's the truth. I mean, unless you've had some bottles and understand like we do, I mean, there are some that are very good, without a doubt. But it's that FOMO and it's the popularity, it's the name, it's the hype that are pushing that thing just
Sure.
it's
Well, I
just
mean,
yeah.
you can say that about
It's just
most
about
bottles
everything
in the
anymore
market right
today.
now.
But you know, I was watching the Northwest Bourbon. He did that FOMO video, and I chuckled, and I thought, well, yeah, I can say I fell victim to that once or twice, and particularly with the Bardstown Discovery series when the 5 came out,
Yeah.
and it literally was placed in my hand before it hit the shelves, and I never even thought twice. And when I ran to the counter and took it home, ugh. But a year later, I will say it is now palatable. I can drink it. Before, it was worthy of pouring down the drain. But we've all had the FOMO and grabbed stuff just because we've heard so much about it and grabbed it. But yeah, I can pretty much say I'm done with that. I'm not saying I wouldn't grab something because I know, and if it's in my hand, but pretty much, I'm selective.
Yeah, you gotta focus on what you enjoy palate wise. Like
Yep.
that's what you should scoop up and buy backups of, is the stuff that you really enjoy. You know, like for me, it's always been ECBP. Like that was my baby. That was the first.
Yeah,
barrel
that's always a
anything that I
consistent
tried.
one. You have a few of them, you know, that are above normal. That's like, wow, this is really good. So
For sure.
the C921 last year, how good was that, Adam?
It's good.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
two
I
backups.
think they're all good, and I see what you're saying. Like they're all good, but there's some that are just like
Yes,
hitter batches. Yeah,
exactly. So if you got all those that came out this year, you know, they're good, but you'll get that one. I think it was the B522. I think you was one telling me, because I asked you about the 922, Adam. You said the
yeah. I haven't
B522
tried the 9
you
yet.
liked.
I like the A better than the B this year, and I haven't tried the C.
Yeah.
Richie Z.
Oh, I'm sure people were on that because they got the serious FOMO, Greg.
Bourbon Baller, you got
Hey,
2
Richie.
new ones
Hey, Richie
dropping?
Z.
That's awesome.
Greg's one of them.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that out loud, Shane. I'm sorry.
No, I gave him a hard time about it. It's like, you fell for it. I mean, it's actually pretty good. It's just still so stinking expensive.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Great Shot. We got the C's about to drop here. Like I think they dropped at one store already, but our state's weird the way they drop, and
Well, they're
stores
here.
have to get it.
They're here, Adam. You know, I touched. As a matter of fact, that's why I asked you that day,
Yeah,
because Andrew and I were in liquor lineup too, and all of them were there, A, B, and C.
yeah. I think we'll get C before Christmas for sure, like everywhere. So
A few months late, but hey, better late
I
than
need
never.
Christmas to myself.
There you go. Mhm.
Yes.
Are
Stacy
you
got it.
drinking that Booker's right now, Shane?
Shane is.
Yeah. Yep.
The Texas tea.
First time trying it?
In a Texas tea glass. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts?
I like it.
Is it hot?
I actually like the first
sip.
sip was a bit aggressive. The second one, it got really good on me. It just
And I agree with that. A lot of times the first sip, you got to give it a minute. You got to get that initial shock off your system, off the palate, and then nose it and go back. And now you're going to get more on the nosing. You're going to get more on the palate. And usually it's supposed to get better, but we all know how that goes sometimes. That's for sure. But I'm really enjoying the Kentucky Spirit. Like I said, I haven't had this thing in over 6 months, if not longer. And it's just one of those things that you push it to the back of your shelf, not because it's bad. It's just to get other things. So it falls out of your normal rotation. And I probably had the bottle for almost 2 years, if not at least 2 years. So, but God, it's viscous. It's caramely. It's just got nice sweetness to it. I mean, oh, speaking of sweetness.
I've never owned a Kentucky Spirit.
Whiskey Wars. Cheers, brother.
Utah did a private select of Kentucky Spirit, and I didn't get it. Like, I didn't even realize they had it until they were almost out. I missed on it.
I'm sure Sean will jump on if he's allowed.
What's up, Sean? You sexy SOB.
Yes, right.
He might still be feeling under the weather, guys. He's been having some issues.
Awesome, David.
Yes, he has. I know.
55 for that is great. Yeah, 55
you can jump on here and drink some water.
He can, or he could have some tea.
Wear that big stupid hat of yours.
Yeah.
Eric will do a bottle chug if you jump on. He doesn't have to work tomorrow.
Thanks for volunteering me, brother.
You don't have to work.
Oh, yeah. We have no
That's
problem.
True. I don't have to work tomorrow.
Although every Sunday night, I have to work Monday usually.
And
I still do bottle chugs. No big deal.
Yeah. It's not like I might have looked at you outraged, but I was trying to think about what I was going to go downstairs to get to chug.
There you go. Yeah, I maintained pretty good on Sunday. I was able to jump on Anthony's for a minute on Sunday. So.
Oh yeah, always appreciate that. I'm gonna have to pour a little this after my Kentucky Spirit just because.
Oh hell yeah!
And this is the older bottle.
Dude, I didn't know you were drinking Wild Turkey. I had some Rare Breed just before I came on.
I've got the Rare Breed. I got Rare Breed Rye, Spirit, Russell's. I've got a special pick that Shane raves about.
I'll pour some 101 with you.
You got that one? Oh, yes, you did.
Yes, I do.
Are you drinking from
somebody that you ripped on not too long ago?
You know what? I'll be right back.
Came all the way out here, did a handoff, and then went back home.
I've heard he's really good at handies.
Hey, I'm not going down there. I'm not going down that road because I appreciate it when he does those.
I bet you do.
I do appreciate a good handy.
Yeah. I got to be up early tomorrow too.
Wish you the best, man.
Absolutely,
Hope
brother.
you have a great holiday.
But I will say this, Sean, if you would have really poured that smoke wagon in that hodgepodge, dude, I would have.
Oh man!
Oh my God!
That was the best cocktail.
That was good. Ever. That cocktail one, that was good.
Hey Sean, are you going live?
As soon as he just threw that tomato in there, I knew. Okay,
I knew. Me too. I go, yeah. But I also saw where he put the smoke wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. But for a second there, he did have me going. I thought, what is wrong with this man? He'll do anything for a sub. I'm just funning with you guys. I'm just funning with you, Sean. But yeah, you had me for a moment there. I thought you were gone crazy. Well, Cheech will be on. I posted his link in the chat, Richie, and I put it up on the stream so people could see it.
He's at most an hour out, depending on.
Yeah, about an hour, Cheech, give or take.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking. So I just kind of been hanging out, and I didn't realize you were going to go live, Anthony. But
Me either.
I was like, I don't
But-
know if I want to stay up and go on Cheech because I do have to work
Oh,
tomorrow.
you got the newer bottle. Yeah, I've still got one of the older ones.
Anthony jumped on, so I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I was watching
Yeah,
Scotch on the
perfect.
Bayou, listening to Leanne there and what she has to say. And then I saw Marty and Rob earlier and kind of just loosely watched the Junkies, while I was setting stuff up. And I said, what the hell? Let me just do a little something for an hour or two. And then I saw that Whiskey Encore was on, so that'd be perfect. Then we can all go over there and just, harass Cheech for a while.
Gotta get the crowd warmed up.
all right. So we all got turkey?
Give me a second.
Holy shit. Is that a regular Glenn, Eric?
Yes, sir.
Is that a normal pour for you, dude? Holy shit. It's like
Define
4.5
normal.
ounces, bro.
It's not quite.
Yeah, that was a good video, Marty.
It's probably 3.
Hey, it was a good video, Mark. We were just talking about you. And this time, it honestly was good. Shane didn't really say one thing that wasn't
Fuck,
true.
that's good.
This is
It
what
was a
we're
good video.
pouring, Marty.
Except I had one thing to say about that video, and that was Rob saying he's been looking for that bottle for the last 2 years or something. I was like, we just released it. So
Well, I thought they did too, but I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm wrong. Because
Right.
Yeah, I was watching live premiere on that. I could have swore it was a live stream, and I was like,
I did too.
It was a live
I
stream,
did
and then
too.
I'm like, oh shit, this isn't a live stream. Like, it's just one of those premieres.
But the way they was bullshitting there, boy, they had me for a moment, even though I looked at the word premiere. That's right. Don't forget, Whiskey Encore will be on. All right, Marty,
Yeah.
we're drinking a little turkey. I just had the Kentucky Spirit. Now we're going to have a little standard 101.
So I'm
Shane is
drinking
doing a little Texas or a Kentucky tea
Texas tea
bagging.
glass.
Happy
Kentucky
happy
tea bag.
Thanksgiving. We all
That's
brought,
right. He's doing a
we
little-
all brought the
He's doing a little
turkey.
Kentucky tea bag there. Look at that. See how he
You're
gets
familiar
his
with the tea bagging.
That's right.
Hey, I played a lot of Call of Duty.
I'll put the cap back on this.
Damn, that is just, it never gets
You
back.
been
does
Demon
it?
Hunter? Just hanging out, Scott.
Nonsense. Nonsense. Come on. We'll tell you all about nonsense.
Nonsense right there.
Shane's
Where?
tea bagging.
Oh,
We're
over
drinking
here?
turkey.
There is nonsense over there.
We're drinking turkey 101. I mean, little
The only turkey I've got up
Thanksgiving
here
Day
is that Russell
treat.
stick. I'll be getting into that in a minute.
Oh,
what are you going to get
yeah.
into next?
I almost brought that
That
up
Russell
too.
stick.
That
The
liquor,
one that I have.
liquor at the lake,
I'm
Or-
I'm
or
going to
anywhere else.
crack that.
or
I'm
anywhere
going
else
to
she
crack
wants to be
that
licked.
one tonight, Shane, and have
Do
some with you
it.
after this.
God, it is so good.
And
We can
then
all have some of that.
Hang
Eric's
on, I
just
got a
gonna
phone
go
call
get
I
it.
got to
and
take.
then I have another pick from,
Eric's girlfriend's calling.
from Total Wine. I'll give that a shot. But
Yeah, you'll be disappointed.
I will open that because
Mark,
it's time.
he says his Texas tea glass is much bigger. Well, you're in Texas, so I expect it to be bigger.
Well, everything's bigger in Texas, Shane. When you go down there, yours will be bigger too.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh, come on, Greg. Come on.
Careful, Greg. Careful what you're
Right.
for, buddy.
Remember, this is a respectable channel now.
That's right.
Sorry, did I laugh out loud on my own channel? Sorry.
In the likes of, Livewire.
Well, Livewire is kind of a big deal on Whiskey Tube now.
Dude, they've got over 200 subscribers.
Yes, they do. They are.
That's
They
some
are
weird-
really
Some
moving along with each other.
whales jump on the other night.
Yes,
I
you
didn't
did.
realize that Bruzel really had that many followers. I was like,
I didn't either.
Well, it's all from the shorts and the TikTok, Instagram world.
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
So
So
he is playing the algorithm game and winning.
beautifully.
doing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's either
More
that
power
or there's
to it.
got to be something else going on there because, like,
More
he
power.
did a live last night. I only saw 50 people in there. It's like you have that many subs and you
It's
only
the
get that
shorts. It's those shorts. People, it's though that's what he'll get. The algorithm will suggest them, right? And then that gets people. They'll watch his little funny shorts, and then they hit. It's easy to hit subscribe, right? So I went, oh, this guy's funny. I'm going to hit subscribe. So then those numbers start running up.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Greg. Yeah,
But you know, hey,
crazy,
he's
dude.
going to hit 100,000 subscribers
before
Good
the
for him.
junkies.
Good for
before
him.
the junkies.
Yeah.
But to your point, and then I can even say even the junkies with what almost 90,000. You watch a live, and on average, it's 400.
Yeah,
Right.
But yeah, still
So
way more than Bruzel's bringing to a live.
Well, but what we don't see is he's also streaming on TikTok or I think it's TikTok or Instagram. We don't know how many people there are watching him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does do the TikToks.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all weird. Like I've looked into TikToks. Like that doesn't bring much to YouTube, honestly. Like people, like the two things. It's like what, oil and water. Like they don't mix, dude. Like
Yeah.
You know what? I forgot how close the 101 and the Spirit are. The Spirit's just a bit more viscous than the 101. But holy crap. Very similar in taste. Extreme. I know it's pretty much the same thing, but I mean, yeah, it's almost like, well, for the money, you might as well keep buying the regular 101.
Yep.
Like I said, it's been a while since I've really tasted them one after the other like this. And it's like, holy smoke. I forgot.
Yeah,
what
you're
that
not
was.
wrong, great Mark. It's really fucking hard.
I find it hard to chat with 20 and 30 people.
Yeah, it's hard to chat.
Let
with
alone
four in the same
the
fucking
half
live stream.
dozen that I have in the stream.
yeah, on channels that big, I mean, they get their people that are just special subscribers that their chats highlight different, right? Once you get over 1,000, like you can, like what Deathless Dogs does, and so once they get that many people in chat, those are the only ones you really care to read. Is people that pay a little extra to chat, people that do super chats. Like those are the ones that stick out and get read first.
And
everyone
like,
else is just kind of
like I
chatting
can
with each other,
on Ken channel. If you support him on his channel, oh my God, I forget what it's called, but anyway, you get a special little I don't know what it's called, avatar that pops up. And so he knows that you subscribe and are supporting his channel.
Yeah.
What? It's not a Patreon. He doesn't have a Patreon. It's something else. Anyway, I'll remember it. I'll think about it.
Dude, Michelle, Women of Whiskey's posted a short today.
Yeah, drinking
3,000 views. 3,000 views on her banana whiskey short.
Wow.
I saw that.
3,000 views.
Yeah, that's like I saw pretty close after she posted it. There was like 800. I was like, oh shit, this one's blowing up.
Did she do that? Was it that
Well,
monkey
good for
one?
them, I should say.
The howler?
But
What
those don't always equal subs. Like you can get the views. but
Okay,
subs
I
are like-
figured you would have heard me, Sugar Kitty. I was actually watching it to see what he come. Okay, he has it through YouTube. Okay, I knew it was something like that. I couldn't remember, but it wasn't Patreon. It's not Patreon. Thank you, sir. I was like, I just knew it wasn't Patreon. I was like, but I wasn't sure if it was via YouTube or not. Okay, it is.
Yeah, there's like a membership.
Yeah, I didn't want to say membership because I wasn't sure if that was correct, but it is. And I knew that Sugar Kitty had that little icon by his name when he's on there.
Yeah, I know Trev does it. You can do like the special little emojis and stuff if you're part of it. So
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Trev does it, and a couple other them do it.
Yeah,
You
I
know, they
think
all have it.
junkies. I think mash and drum might do it
I don't
too.
know if Jason
That's a good
has that
turkey.
or not.
He has it. I don't know if he has the emojis though. I don't know if he
That's
does any
that's
special
the
emojis.
best turkey, brother. That is really
That is such a good
honest.
turkey.
Honest to God,
Did you guys
that's
just whip out the Russells?
yeah. He just whipped out the Russells. I'm gonna go
Who did?
downstairs
I
and
did.
get that too. I mean, if we're gonna
Oh,
break
I'm going to
out
Russell's
the
after
if we're gonna
this.
break out the good turkeys, yeah, God, that stuff is just
Wait, I've even got to do this. Watch.
huh.
That's how good that turkey is.
Put your pinky up, you little bitch.
That's a pinky out turkey right there.
I can't even pour it in the same glass. I got to pour it in a fucking gold blend.
Yeah,
So good.
it doesn't have very much of any of the turkey normal notes to it.
Right.
It's just it's Thanksgiving dessert is what it is.
It is. As soon as I finish this, I'm hearing this is like a Thanksgiving dessert.
That's what we're talking about.
I
Hey,
know.
Mr. Great Shot. Russell's 10 is great. That's a fantastic daily pour. It's under $40. So
Yeah,
can't go wrong with
that's an absolute great daily pour.
Scott, that's awesome, buddy. 7 away. Let's get him to 250. We got enough people on night.
Yeah.
You
if
don't know
someone's
Fifth
not
Quarter
subscribed to Fifth Quarter Tailgate, please go
Hang-
over
hang
there
on, I'm
and
gonna go-
subscribe to him. Get him to 250. We would
Yeah,
really
sure,
appreciate it.
Bourbon
Yeah, that'd be
Bites
great.
is
You got it.
awesome.
You got it, Eric.
I got it. I'm on it.
Okay.
You're going to get him to 250?
I'm gonna post his. I'm gonna.
I was
post
just going to
his-
say, yeah, put him up there.
Yes, sir. Right now, we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
Can't
Good.
wait till
Everybody
Livewire
here
gets
is
a membership and we can have like a full moon emoji.
good. There you go. Sometimes, though, you never know who's lurking.
That's a good
Everyone
turkey.
in chat is already.
Oh, you know what? I'm not wrenched here. So
You know what? Sub on your backup channels, people, or your backup accounts. We can get them there with our backup accounts.
yeah, I'm not
got it.
subbed here. I can't do it
How come you're not sub? What are you talking about? You're
'Cause
gotta
I
be
guess-
full of crap.
I'm not subbed. I'm not wrenched, so I can't do it.
Put
I'm
something in
not
chat.
special.
Put
I'm not
something in
special
chat.
enough to be
I thought we
wrenched.
took care of this a while ago.
Hey, Shane, is this Greg McDonald's doing this wonderful store pick?
You know, some people just got to
Taking
take
all the
credit.
credit
for
for
everything.
in chat.
Yeah, he's just that guy. He's like,
There, I put something in.
yeah, Greg's the one that stumbled in the store. He tried it there. He liked it. He immediately came to my house, or not immediately, but shortly after. We cracked it. I immediately went over to the store and bought like 4 of them. And then told everyone, like, hey, you guys got to get this. And then everyone's like, yeah,
You get back and grab cases.
grabbed 16 more. Yeah, for a total of 20 of them.
You guys got 20 cases?
No, 20 bottles.
Oh, bottles.
I got
okay.
20. Greg got, I don't know how many Greg got. I think Greg got 4 or 5 himself.
So they ended up with like fucking probably 20% of the yield.
They
from
do.
the barrel.
Yeah.
No, it literally is one of the best I've ever had.
Yeah, it's easily the best one I've had. And I mean, I had another one that was also very, very good and similar in profile from Amon's up in Wisconsin. That one was really amazing. This one, I think I like it even better.
Yeah, it's really unique.
And this
man.
one I blinded against the Russell's 13, and it's
Yeah, that's what Tommy
I will
said.
say though, like the
No,
neck pour, the
That's
neck
what
pour wasn't
Rob said.
as good to me as it is now. Like now, it's like so damn complex compared to what it was on that first pour.
Rob said when he was at the Schlammering, you guys compared the two, and he said hands down it was better than 13.
yeah. And it's
Yeah, the
batch
first-
2 of 13, which is really good.
First pour I had was just confusing. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
Right? right?
Is this a E.H. Taylor single barrel?
This isn't Russell.
All right, let me open this.
But the more air I get in it,
Tells me how
Shane,
damn
like
good this
it
thing
gets
is.
more of that Russell's kind of funk to it, like the turkey
But
funk.
it almost gets a dusty funk to it. There's almost
Yeah,
a little
Greg
bit of a
drove all
dusty.
this way just to get this to me.
Yeah.
So I got to
Damn it.
open it. Being that Greg is here, and like I said, he drove all the way out here to get this.
Oh, he's
thing.
Hell,
threatening
you
to
got a
jump
sticker
on. I
on
don't think
yours?
he will.
You got a sticker on yours? What the fuck? I didn't get no sticker.
Dude, you didn't want that gay sticker.
Kind of did.
You didn't get
Those
the,
were,
you
so
didn't
when
get
I took so he only put them on the ones he opened. I grabbed a couple cases were closed. I took, so.
I got one with the sticker on. Actually, both of mine had stickers on them.
Yeah, he tries to stick them all up.
I
I'd
got
rather
them
not
gay
have
ass
the sticker on.
stickers.
We were trying to pump
Oh.
up Scott's
Right
channel and
now-
he lost us up.
Right now, we have to make room. We have to make room for this
For?
person.
I swear to, is it Greg McDonald? If it
I'll
isn't
hop
out of
on.
here.
I'll hop on.
I have to make room for this person.
He's only we
This
got
man is above reproach, Shane.
4.
So
Okay.
We only got
just
4
stop.
on.
Oh shit! And he bumped Shane.
Why?
And he and Shane left. I can't understand it.
Can you only get 4?
don't
Shane is like,
understand
I
it,
do
Greg.
not want to be on with this guy.
Oh, there he is.
I wanted to make sure Shane was right next to him.
I'm shocked he figured out how to turn his computer on, to be honest with you.
Pardon me?
I'm shocked you figured out how to turn your computer on.
Well, I'm old, but not quite that old yet.
You must have taken your Jericho this morning.
Greg, you drinking some Russells with us, buddy?
Drinking this actually.
Oh, the port night.
He only drinks
Not
the
trash.
swill when he's by himself.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta finish the bottles sometime, but
I don't consider that swill. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Wow,
whiskey.
well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Now I do save the better stuff when like all the people that say they're my friends.
all the whiskey people roll through.
Yeah, people
Well,
that
the
say
people-
my friends come
the people
around.
who-
Never
People
do.
who say they're your friends.
Yeah,
Greg,
they come and drink my whiskey.
I
Greg,
just
I'm gonna
wanna
come to
say-
your house one of these days. Just you wait, buddy.
You're always welcome here, Adam.
Hopefully, when you're not
I'm
there,
gonna
though,
tell you
Greg.
what, I'm gonna tell you what.
no.
If
I
I,
might
if
be
I
wearing
go
a
over-
ski mask and
If I go over
Yeah.
to Greg's house, I'm not going to drink any of his bourbon. I'm going to sit there and drink scotch with the man.
yeah,
I'm drinking
no doubt,
scotch,
dude. His
brother.
scotch
He's-
collection is
he's-
probably
He sent me
Fucking
some of the
amazing.
best scotches I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm
to
still
find
waiting to
some-
have that damn cane head. I keep saying I'm going to do it every time I come over there, Greg, and we keep avoiding it. We got to make that happen.
Well, we
God, it is just. I mean, you sent those bottles, and they were hitters, every single one.
Well, I'll get you another flight pretty soon, Eric.
You ain't
And
got to do. You don't have to do that. I appreciate what you've done already, man. Those were amazing.
They were.
I got to get Anthony a couple new tries too.
So, Greg, no
Yes.
matter what Shane says, I have to say thank you for coming all the way out here and bringing me this.
there you go.
I mean, he was doubtful that you would do it, but I said, he couldn't stop, so I had to wait at the end of my drive, hold my hand out as you spun around, threw it at me, and took back off.
Honest,
But
honest to God, gentlemen,
so
we
I
are not.
cracked it for the first time tonight because you're here. Shane was here, and I said, "Well, I'm going to open it, so I've got it."
We are not fooling a
my
soul with
glass.
this hand delivery bullshit. Nobody
Telling you
in
what.
the world believes any of this.
hey, our attorney
Yeah,
endorses our
we got
hand
legal
delivery
counsel
system.
online.
I do endorse your hand delivery system, but nobody in the world believes our bullshit.
Dude, Shane, last few drops in that little bit that I had was a vanilla cake icing, like just
Yeah, I kind of get that. Now, especially mine's opened up too a little bit. After it opens up a lot, I get
Yeah,
real vanilla.
Well, I'm going
Anthony,
to
you have
see.
to let that thing
All
get
right,
down.
I
past
gotta
the
get
shoulder
mine
and
now. I'll be
everything
right
to
back.
get good.
Go get it.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
it's there
We're all
now.
drinking
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
yeah, buddy.
We're talking turkey tonight, so get that
Mhm.
turkey.
I might have to quit on
So
that
this-
one for a while until I get
This
some more.
smells like cherry on the nose. For me,
Yeah,
Anthony,
it's,
the next
you'll
the next-
almost think it's Sazerac.
Yeah,
product.
the neck pour for me was Buffalo Trace, dude. And Adriana tipped me off to that. She's like, I thought Buffalo Trace when I drank it. I'm like, okay. That was before I cracked mine.
Yep.
When I tried it, I'm like, holy shit! Like this tastes like
Greg,
an E.H. Taylor.
what do you guys have going on Thursday?
I'm eating turkey.
Yeah, just Thanksgiving family shit.
Yeah, I got my son and stuff coming over.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say I should have invited you. I didn't know if you had family coming in or not, but I should have invited you.
Beverly bought some stuff. I've got my son and probably maybe my brother coming over.
Are you guys doing like a full turkey thing?
I'm not sure what she's doing. When she rings the bell, I just go sit at the table and eat.
Dude, I'm with you. Well, I'm smoking
There's
2 turkeys,
nothing wrong
so
with
I'll
that,
save you
Brian.
some. All right. I'll probably bring some over, like maybe Friday or Saturday.
All right.
Because
Yeah, like I said,
that's what turkey is.
I'm heading to Belmont tomorrow, so I'll let you know what's up there, and then we can maybe get together.
Did you want to hunt together, or you want to just do your own thing?
Well, I'll try once I get to Belmont. They open earlier, and we can meet up down at Mass and go around.
That's for you, Dustin.
Cheers,
Because I know what you're about to drink.
Cheers, boys.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, there he goes.
I want to give thanks to Anthony for hand delivering this right here.
Dude,
Yeah.
you want to talk about a quick turnaround for me to get into Ohio and then back here?
Whew,
That was
beating.
something. Smokey and the
impressed.
Bandit would have been proud.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Dustin,
Going on, buddy?
how's it going? Hey, know what I was looking at to see on the stream? We'll see what happens by the end of the week. Is a 2019 local barley 10-year. I know that got a good review from you and Mike. 10-year local barley.
I don't know if
You
we
gave
can
it a
review
9.
that.
Flaw.
That's a
It is
good one.
not a flaw, sir.
Yeah.
No, I think
God.
you gave it a 90 and Mike gave it an 89.
This
We
turkey.
may have. I know we're missing a couple of the local barleys, so it'd
Oh
have to
my
go-
God.
This is
This is just.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Eric?
well.
I got to
Huh?
make this
Turkey.
busy a little
What
bit.
are you
I'm-
drinking?
Do you have
Um,
this one?
I'm
Oh,
I'm,
is that
drink-
that cast
I'm
strength
drinking
again?
the Lake Thirsty Angels.
Okay.
Look at the
Well-
cast strength he's got to show us.
We were
Bro.
talking about this on the stream the other day. And,
You were talking about it on Leanne's stream too.
Dude, I'm going to talk about this anywhere, man. This is unbelievable. It's free.
Blue Mountain 12.
It's the 2022 version of the Boone to 12.
Greg, is that the one you got?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I brought that to the
I-
Schlammer. Only me and Moose was the only ones I think that drank it.
Yeah, I thought you did.
You had the new one, not the 2021, but the
Well, I got
2022.
both, but people were crapping on the 2021, but I didn't think it was all that bad. I mean, they're both good, but 2022 is a little bit better. But I mean, I thought the 2021 was okay.
I heard good stuff about it. I didn't hear like good stuff about it. So like I just was like, whatever. But this thing, I don't know where they found those casks. That's just magic.
Adam,
I've got that. The 20.
I got to nose this because I think you're definitely right.
Yeah, the Buffalo or the Sazerac Buffalo Trace.
Hey,
But
Shane,
it's just that
Shane, you like that store pick Blanton's, didn't you? That I got.
It changes
that
though.
thing's unreal.
I'll tell you, Anthony, it changes. Like it gets way better and
Was it higher
way
proof?
less Buffalo Trace.
No, but it's just one of those that like hits, man. It's that's the thing with those single barrel products. You're gonna have just like the Henry McKenna's, all of those. You're just gonna have ones that are just everything you want it to be.
Well, and Buffalo Trace doesn't put any effort into consistency with the ones that go into the pick programs.
It's
whereas-
Eric,
No.
it's a store from out in California, and they've had a pretty good background of doing some pretty decent picks. I got Shane like an Old Forester Blue Label single barrel that was good. I've gotten let me see, the Blanton's that was good from them. I got a couple Buffalo Trace that was good from them. Eagle Rare that was good for them. So they've had a pretty good track record of picking good bottles or good barrels. I mean,
I would love to do an Eagle Rare cask strength. I wonder what that would be like.
Stag
That'd
Junior.
be E.H. Taylor barrel proof.
No, it's Stag Junior.
Stag Junior. Oh, that's right. It's that mash bill, isn't it?
Well,
Is it?
they're the same mash bill, but the Eagle Rare has the same like profile as the Stag Junior, whereas E.H. Taylor's got.
But
Well,
Eagle
you
Rare
say
would be
that.
Eagle Rare would be older though.
I think the E.H. Taylor single barrels
Yeah.
are the same as those Eagle Rare picks on steroids. Because I
It's a
get that
different
grape
profile.
soda. I get the grape soda on mine. The
I don't
same
get
I get on
grape
those
soda
really
all
good
the
Eagle
time
Rare
on
picks.
mine. I've only had one Eagle Rare that had the real grapiness to it.
Yep.
This one I have open now, it's there, but it's much more subdued.
I think
When you
it's
start
more
getting into
pronounced
picks, I
in the
mean, everything
picks.
kind of
Yeah, it's more
merges
pronounced
together.
in the picks.
Yeah, and that was one I've had one Eagle Rare pick from Specs, and that one was really, really grapey. But God, I would love it if it would just be like 107 proof. I don't know.
Yeah.
107 would be lovely.
Hey Shane, did you ever try any of those Knob Creek sample bottles that Matt gave you in that tasting kit?
Maybe.
I was just curious because he had Knob Creeks that went up to 130 some proof.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's 130, 31, 3 or something like that.
Who?
That's
Who
hot,
and
man.
how?
I've got them down in my bar.
Who do I got to blow to get those? Shut up,
You
Shane.
got to come to the
Shut up,
slammer.
Shane.
That guy right there.
Did you see that smile come on Shane's
I
face when
did.
you
I
said that?
did.
Yeah,
man.
I've gotten cast strength. I've gotten cast strength picks straight from
Shane,
for those, and none of them have been over like 123.
No, his,
Yeah.
Shane,
There's one down at
just send-
131.
Yeah,
Oh
Shane,
my
just
God,
send
a
Eric
131.
your private chat link.
We-
for
I have his-
subscribers only?
I have his private line.
I can go down and grab it if you guys want to see them. I don't remember what all three of the proofs are.
Yeah. What were they like, Shane? Like 128 to 130 something or
Yeah,
126?
let me go grab them. Just let me go grab
Go
them. I'll be right
grab
back.
them.
He gave me a bottle, Eric, that I've saved. That they're doing he's doing like a barrel pick, so they send him samples, and of course it's all at cast strength. So Shane got his Knob Creek kit, and then he gave me one of the Woodford Reserve bottles, and like my Woodford's at like 132, 133, which you just never.
I've been part of 3 different picks for Knob Creek, and I've never seen one break 123. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's up there. Well, how about a 133 Woodford, Dustin? You've never seen that before.
Oh,
There
well,
was
the
somebody-
barrel proofs are pretty high.
There was
I
somebody
it up to
on.
128 is the highest I've seen, but this is just like, it's not going to get to the store at that. They're going to proof it down because they gave him like 3 bottles, and he gave me the highest like 3-ounce sample bottle.
Yeah, when I've done picks with Woodford, they sent all of it was already proofed down because Woodford doesn't actually give you can't do single barrel picks with Woodford.
Well, no, but for some reason the samples that they sent him were all straight out of the barrel. So
Don't they do double oak picks though?
Well, they don't do any barrel proof pick, and they don't do any single barrel picks.
Yeah.
Everything's a small batch when they do a pick.
Yeah.
So it's always at least 2 barrels.
Whatever they did, he got like straight out of the barrel, and he gave me the
That's
highest
awesome.
proof.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's fantastic. I'm like, why can't you fucking put out like one run of this every year?
Well, I guess I've never done a Woodford regular pick. I've only done the double oak picks. I've done a couple of those.
And I don't know if he does a blend with them or not, Dustin. So I don't know, but
Well, it comes down to what Woodford tells you they'll do for you because they're not one of the ones who you can make deals with.
yeah.
They're
He
big
asked
boys.
He asked me if I wanted it, and I said yes, please.
I cannot remember which Facebook it was on today, but somebody posted a Knob Creek rye pick that was 127 proof. And I want that.
No, that wasn't a pick, was it?
Yeah, it was one of their barrels.
Again, Knob always proofs down all of their rye to like whatever that 115 or 16 is.
115, yeah.
And then they proof down all of their
There he is.
Hold on, let
So
me
that was-
get that up there.
That was 120.9,
Yeah, that's what most of them look like.
122, but there's
Okay.
one over 130. There's got to be.
Those are kind of
What did I say it was?
There you go. You have never seen something like that before. That's awesome.
Wow, 131.3.
That's the most in it out of all of them.
Well, and if you can send them about $10 million, they might be willing to let you get that bottled at cast strength.
That'd be awesome. Hey, Eric, they did a special release that was higher.
Yeah, that one. That's the one
Okay.
I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a single barrel. It's a,
Oh, okay. Straight rye, but it's 127. That was the one I
dude,
saw.
this stuff is amazing though. Like it's really fucking
No, do tell. 127 proof Knob Creek rye. How could it be good?
That won a couple
Ask
of awards.
Adriana.
Actually.
When
She'll
did
tell
you
you.
get that at, Adam? When did you buy that?
I didn't buy it. So I went to Vegas and a bunch of people brought bottles. And I think Ruben, Bourbon Beginnings, brought this. And he's not a rye guy. So he's kind of like Adriana. He's not big on rye. He brought a bunch of stuff that he just sent away and it ended up in my liquor cabinet. So
I was just curious when they put that
Wow.
on the shelves.
I think it was 2020 at the most recent. It could have been earlier than that. I'm not sure.
That
Yeah,
was
that was-
Because
that
the
was
button was
Cheers,
chipped off
man.
by Adriana. So there's a button on it that showed the year, I think, and she took it off because she's
That's yeah, because she's chasing those buttons.
yeah,
Oh man,
she's trying to button up her little trench coat or some shit.
that is
Well, I'll tell you
everything.
what. So far, this drink's really nice, and I'm getting a lot of cherry on it on the palate. It has a nice spice, just like I expected from it. I'm
What
gonna
are you
have to-
drinking? You drinking the
The
liquor by the
pixels.
lake?
Yeah,
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, hit it a few times over the next couple weeks, Anthony. You'll
get it-
love the way
I'll
it
get it to
opens
the
up.
shoulder and leave it set.
There's no such thing as a neck pour.
Well, there is. If you
cherry
turn it
goes away.
upside down and turn it back, yeah. But
There's a whole scientific study about neck pours. I can post it if you want.
sure.
Is it from Horse Looney?
Huh?
Is it from Horse Looney, who makes his money by selling whiskey and doesn't want you to believe in that?
I don't know. It was. I'll have to look. Maybe it was. Maybe I don't know.
I'm Lunic, horse Lunic.
Yeah. Well, Horse Looney actually is like some kind of. I mean, he actually has a research background of some sort. I don't know if he's a master's or PhD or whatever, but
Well, if he doesn't have,
He's one or the other,
have
but-
a doctorate like Dr. Adriana, then I don't even want to talk to him.
It's off of Vine Pour, and it is.
oh wait, no, his is about chill filtration. That's the one.
Yeah,
he
this
makes.
is. Yeah, this is off of Vine Pour. It's from back in. Can't find a date on it, but they talk about the fact that there's no such thing as a neck pour, and I'm pretty convinced they're right. But
It really isn't, but technically it's the first pour out of it, if you want to get that. But I don't believe in it either. I just believe that sometimes the bottle just needs to open up a bit.
right. I think
You
there's
drink it
such
down
thing
to the
as
shoulder,
as-
have a pour or two, and away you go.
I think there's
Hold
such
on for a
thing as the
second.
first pour, and you shake. I mean, you can
Gert.
shake it. It's not just
Hold
the
on.
neck pour. You just need.
Hold
more
on for a second. Hey, Gert, I agree with your last video. That Lagavulin 8, I like it, but for the money, you might as well stick with the Lagavulin 16, because here you're talking a $5 difference between the 8 and the 16. Who the hell wants that younger whiskey when you can get the quintessential Lagavulin and buy the 16? But like the video, I mean, I enjoyed watching it and talking about it, but it has its place, but it's got to be under $50 for it to be even considered for me. And mine was under 50. So
Yeah,
that's
that
why I
Log 8
picked
has
it
a
up. Other
place.
than that, it wouldn't even be sitting on my shelf. But
All
I
the
like
whiskey I give away to people.
Cheers, Brian.
How you doing, Greg?
it. Hey,
Brian.
Snapshot. You
Cheers,
know,
everybody.
you know that there's Pens fans here, right?
Yeah, I lowered myself to join.
Lowered.
Actually,
Please.
you know what?
You know what, Greg? He just doesn't know what he's talking about. That's all I could say.
I don't think the Pens are going anywhere.
I mean-
neither the Cats.
Oh, they're not going anywhere. No.
Yeah, they're at the basement with the cat. They're going to be golfing this
Yeah.
spring if they keep it up.
Yeah, they're
But,
both-
but you got to understand,
They'll,
Brian. When I
they'll
started
make it to the
watching
cup
them,
as long as they let them sell.
Yager was a teenager on the team. when I started watching him because
Both
know,
of them.
Hey, at least you can still say he's still playing.
he just
he still
retired. I
playing?
thought.
Did he stop
Is Yonkers still playing?
Yeah, overseas.
overseas? Yeah, he owns a team in Europe, and he plays on that team. I mean, if I owned a KHL team, I could play on it too.
Exactly.
I agree, Andrew Chance.
Well, you need to go to Whiskey Mountains, Andrew, and you need to listen to Dr. Adriana as she explains chill filtration and what it does to whiskey.
Yeah,
So that would be a good tutorial for you.
It pulls all of the fatty acids out, is what it does.
Esters.
The esters, yeah. What it does is it solidifies all of those so that they can be caught. And that's
Shane, do you hear those big words coming out of his mouth?
That's the worst
Yeah,
thing.
he's a lawyer. He knows how to bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn right. I know how to read enough to sound intelligent in court.
That's all that matters.
I'll raise a glass
Damn
to
right
that.
it is.
Cheers, Eric.
Damn
I
right
heard
it
him.
is. If I can
I heard
sound
him.
intelligent in court, I might win you $100,000.
Damn right.
I heard him
You listen
say,
to Eric, man. He comes in hot. I'm a lawyer. I know this stuff. And then like you're like, listen to the words closely, and he's like, oh, okay, missed that one word. I'm like,
No.
yeah, typical lawyer. You have to read it 6 times to make sure. Oh, that word changes the whole sentence.
I don't miss any words. My
He also
job is
never
I
admits
am
to
a
anything.
wordsmith.
Yeah,
I
but you're
don't.
sleeping on your ears are kind of turned off half the time when you're on these channels.
He does
you
a
know
lot
what,
of this
Shane?
stuff.
Yeah.
Greg, that
Yeah, I
I do not.
I think this is going to be exceptional.
wasn't talking
Once
shit.
it
Adam.
opens
I
up
did the same.
more, just like you're saying. So
Yeah, for
I
sure,
already
Anthony.
have one that's a pick, and it's opened up, and I'm going to have a little snort of it to see.
You can always pour it and let it sit too. Do the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I
You
did.
do the, you
I
can
let
do
it sit for a
Sedette
minute.
job.
You saw it.
Do an
Hey,
extra.
Sean, let it
Just do a
sit for a minute.
swirl job.
hey, Anthony,
Do that
Shane
swirl
and I
job.
looked at those, and I think Shane, those came from what, Warehouse K, and they were like distilled around the same date and
Yep.
around, bottled around the
And
same
I,
date,
Chris
the same
Tatz.
as the one from Amon's, and those were really good.
So
Yep.
this one that you sent me,
It's
yeah,
Warehouse,
is Warehouse K Floor 4. The
When
one
was
I
it-
have is Warehouse A, is an Apple Floor 4.
K, and wasn't one of those things distilled, Anthony, like 1226 or something like that? I can remember that was part of the label too.
1226 is Lake Thirsty Angels.
Yeah,
Yep.
And that was-
12/26/12 distilled, dumped 1/15/22, bottled 1/21/22.
and that was right around the ones that you got from Amon's, Shane, and we said, well, might be worth a try, and it was.
Hey, Greg, the tag says 2018 on this.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a
yeah,
2019
that's
and
right,
2018. I think that's the one I've got too.
Yeah, that's right, because that was back when Jo was at Party Source. God, that thing came out forever ago.
Yeah, Richie, I think you're absolutely correct on that.
Yeah, fatty acid esters. That's exactly what FAEs means.
Tommy D.
If you're
Cheers,
if you're,
Chris.
if you're
I thought it
bourbon-
meant fat ass Eric's.
fuck you, brother. Anyway,
Hey, Tommy D, cheers,
when your bourbon gets cold, those fatty acid esters is what makes your bourbon cloudy. So when they do the chill filtration and pull all that out, it doesn't matter how cold your bourbon gets, it doesn't get cloudy, but it also loses so much flavor. See, I read this too, Shane, because that's what I do. I read enough to sound like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I do.
know better.
Bullshit,
You know
Eric. Keep
better.
going.
So, I mean, that's the problem is the fatty acid esters have to stay there. If they're not there, it's just not as good.
Yeah, I want the shit straight out of the barrel. I don't care if there's shit floating around.
And I
in
think-
glass
Me
or not.
too. Me
I
too.
think
There
the
could be-
esters make a difference.
There
I
could
think
be
it makes a
termites
difference.
from the wood in my bottle, and I
Give me
drink
shit.
that bastard.
We're
One of
degenerates.
the best bottles I've had was one of the first bottles I reviewed from Wilderness Trail, and you could see the barrel
Mhm.
char floating around
Good.
in the bot like
Got
that.
it in the bottom there. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You could
Yes.
see the barrel char in that
Yes.
thing.
And
That's what
Yeah.
WLW looks like.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, William LaRue Weller looks exactly like that, which is
Yep.
why
Yep.
it's the best whiskey ever made.
It's delicious. I mean, you could
It's a fatty-
see it wasn't
fatty-ass
that. It wasn't like
The
that.
fat ass
But-
esters.
Fat,
What is
fatty
that?
ass Eric.
You
What
could
is that
see
stuff,
it
Austin?
just
The fat
floating
ass
in there.
Eric's. That's funny as hell. That's
I'll
very
Gets
funny.
darker every time he shakes it.
Damn, look at
Yeah.
that.
And we're talking about the bottle.
It's like a snow globe.
Dude.
Shit, No, it's
That's
it's
crazy.
into the
What
world
is that
club.
thing? 28-year-old?
Oh, that's that
28-year-old
Blackadder, yeah.
Statement Scott, yeah. Blackadder's raw
Does
cast.
it taste gritty?
statement.
Is it like coffee that wasn't fully like strained or some shit?
Honestly,
No.
you really don't even notice it when you're drinking it.
Hell no.
About time you get here, Tommy.
No, I did have a new riff that was literally poured straight out of the
Tommy
barrel.
G.
Tommy
And that's
D.
some bit. I did actually kind of bite into an oak flake at one point. I was like, "Woo, that hit a little different."
Is
Okay.
that
Was it
char
still good?
in the barrel? Char?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, there's the belief that Blackadder kind of does a little bit of additive to kind of give it that consistent wood look. So, but the belief is that their idea is that this is how it should be coming straight from the barrel. It's possible they maybe do a little something to make it consistently always gritty.
I got a lot of copper sky barrel.
That's the first time I've
bottles
seen
with that in there.
that bottle.
Hey, Tommy
Sorry,
D.
Tommy, didn't mean to walk on
Tommy, you're in Colorado. I just watched this video about Flying Dog and Stranahan's making a whiskey to honor the guy who started both of them. I can't remember what his name is, and it's called Ossifer. Have you seen that in Colorado yet? Anywhere?
No, I haven't seen. I've been out looking in a while.
And Anthony, you don't see a lot of bottles where they give you a little scroll, like with the handwritten, like showing which number your bottle is, even on the piece of paper that comes with
Oh,
it.
that's cool. Wow, a scroll. You actually got a scroll?
Pull that
Yeah,
up.
like this little scroll comes with it. Now, not all of it's handwritten, but they do actually write in that this is bottle 159.
Blackadder and
It
yeah.
costs
Yeah.
$100 extra, by the way.
Oh, I mean,
Well, look
yeah,
at that lined box,
it's-
dude.
Exactly. It's like a coffin box, dude. Like,
Yeah.
these are
Shane's
these are
Shane's bed
premium
is
bottles.
lined like that.
Even the front. I picked this up for my birthday like 2-3 years ago, and it's a nice bottle.
Eric, I don't shop for
Sugar Kitty's loving your
Stranahan, so
cat.
No,
see
I
it.
understand that.
I
I just
know.
was wondering.
He was dead asleep while I was outside smoking a cigar. I come in, turn this tablet on, and his ass comes running in here.
He's like, let me show my butthole. Dad."
He's like, my people. He doesn't do
That's
that.
right.
I don't let him do that.
Look,
That's
it's a
good.
one-eyed cat.
That's for Gizmo's only fans.
That's all cats love.
Gizmo's only fans.
You got to pay to see that.
That's right.
look what showed up today.
Hey, did he hand
Wow.
deliver that to you?
No, he UPS'd it, and they broke the Glen.
Oh no!
He had UPS packet too, and I guess the
He
Glen-
legit could have just brought it to you, and he's like,
Yeah,
"No, I'll
it'd
ship
be-
it to you." And
It'd have
Well,
been
I was going to actually
easier.
have my daughter swing by his house and pick it up and bring it down for Thanksgiving, but he's like, "No."
you still have any of that larceny that we sent that was
Oh,
supposed to go with that?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's what was that? Was that the 122 or the 522? Shit, I can't remember now.
I think it was the one.
Was it the
I
122?
can't remember for sure. I
called
think
the
it's
I got a couple bottles.
maybe one.
It's called Craft. Can't remember. a
Speaking of
fucking
hand
thing.
delivery, my hand
Yeah.
delivery arrived today.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
God damn it!
Hey,
Is that the Encore?
It is
Thank
the
you,
Encore.
Z-Man. Thank you,
Oh.
Z-Man.
Yeah, Z-Man. Z-Man hooked me up on the Avid Drinker stream. He won that and passed it along. So
What act was
Wow.
that, Brian? Was that Act 1?
That's Encore.
the Encore act
That was
one.
the
Yeah.
Encore.
Well, it's the distillery.
So it's the only release of Encore ever.
Holy smokes! Yeah, that's the one to have.
That's the white
Oh.
port, right?
Yeah, the white port finish.
I like
Yeah.
that one more than the 10. I did.
I haven't
I've never
tried 10
seen
yet.
one.
I've never had any mid-mooters, so
I like
I've had-
the Encore.
I had one last year. My friends from up in the Utah area sent me one, and it was delicious. And
Yeah, that was the first
not
time
only
I've tried
that, but it made this woman friend of mine more than a friend of mine for a couple of nights.
And then I found this one on my own.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
She loved that.
Brian, that's awesome, man.
132 too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a
Yep,
good one.
132 too.
Cracking
It's
that
the first
baby
one I've
fly, that's a
ever
good proof.
seen.
That's a good proof for a JD barrel proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
good,
seen the
yeah.
stickers on the shelf, but never seen bottles. And there was
Okay.
one bottle, and that was it.
I
You're kinda
love
lucky lately.
I love Jack Daniels, but
Yeah,
I'm,
the whiskey
I'm
gods have
pissed
been
off.
good to me.
I am pissed off that Jack Daniels is suing that dog toy manufacturing company for making a what do they call it? Like Jack Spaniels. They're suing them. And I'm like, this is not cutting into your profits at all.
No,
You
not at
don't
all.
make dog toys. Quit being dicks.
They're protecting the brand.
Sure, they are not. They are
They're
not. It is
protecting
not
the brand.
the
Ask
whole-
their
the brand
attorneys.
from other
the
licenses.
whole-
Other people doing
Ask
whole
their
idea-
attorneys.
The whole idea of trademark law is to not confuse the consumer. There is no consumer that is going to walk into PetSmart and see Jack Spaniels and think, "Oh, I can get Jack Daniels here." Let's not get that. Let's
That's
be,
for the courts to decide, right?
Oh my God! That the courts are.
I know.
Judges
It's
are
one of those
idiots. Every
stupid-ass
judge I've ever
lawsuits
met is an
that
idiot.
don't belong.
Well, the problem is if they can
I'll
even
second
afford
that,
to go
Eric.
to go to suit with them. I mean, do they have the money to actually deal with Jack Daniels lawyers?
Yeah, and that's the problem is Jack Daniels lawyers will dump so much paper on them that they'll settle. And I'm like, somebody just needs to send one guy in there with a. No, never mind. But it's just wrong. It's wrong that they're doing this. I mean, does anybody old enough to remember when you used to get stickers that made fun that were parodies off of a whole bunch of different brands? Mad Magazine used to do them. And Mad Magazine, Mad Magazine wasn't stealing from anybody. And Jack Spaniels ain't stealing from nobody either. It's stupid.
I agree, but they're just protecting their brand, and those attorneys are making money doing their job.
Oh God, I hate fucking lawyers.
I know we hate them lawyers. I know.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, we had a local
Shane
craft.
hates lawyers too.
We had a local craft brewery that just
See?
got basically sued out their ass for copyright infringement. It's like it was things like
About time,
you
Jerry.
use a compass and
Wondered
we
where
use a
you were.
compass, and it's like they're
Yeah.
called West 6. Of course, they've got a compass
Holy
showing which
smokes,
direction is west.
man. Cheers, brother. Get your butt on here.
I mean,
Jerry, you should too.
what do you call 10,000 lawyers at the bottom of the ocean? A good start.
Good
It's
start,
a good
yeah.
start. I just that kind of shit pisses me off. When my profession does things like that, it makes me so furious. What Jack Daniels' lawyer should have said is, really, guys, is this really cutting into your profits?
No, they're going to make
You-
money off of it.
Do you,
The lawyers are.
Oh, right. And that's a problem. That's a problem for me.
Chat there, Shane.
Yeah, there you go.
I have turned away a lot of clients that I could have made money off of them knowing that they had a bullshit case, but I could have charged them by the hour.
You could have, but you didn't. You
But I
said
didn't. I didn't.
hike
because
up your
first-
skirt and act like a man.
Because first, I don't need that much extra money. And second, quit being a sissy.
You can always send the extra money to Shane.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys.
New voodoo child.
So I'm seeing family on Thanksgiving, and one of my uncles wanted me to bring down a few bottles. Now, he particularly wants to try the King of Kentucky. And this is a guy who predominantly drinks really nice Buffalo Trace products. Let's just put it that way. And I do mean really nice Buffalo Trace products.
Okay.
So William Llewellyn.
Yeah, well, he's actually going to get me a pour of a 2013 WLW
Oh God, yes.
that he was given. I've looked up that is one of like the two most highly rated WLWs ever.
So whatever he
released.
wants, bring it to him.
Well, he said, don't worry. He goes, you bring some bourbon down, and I'll bring you. I've been collecting $20 bills for a while. I'll hand you a few of those. I was like, we can work something out. But like, what would, other than all right? So in Kentucky, I'm going to probably bring down a Lucky 7 14-year proprietor.
Okay.
And I'm thinking maybe like a finished bourbon, like maybe a 4-gate. I'm just kind of trying to think of like, what are the bourbons you would give to somebody who's used to that sweeter, easier profile, even if it is cast strength, that can give them the wow factor.
You got any Irish Blue Spot or any of the spots?
I mean, I've got a gold, but that's not gonna.
You don't think that's going to be sweet enough?
I mean, if I was going to bring an Irish, I'd bring the Redbreast 21. It's not cast strength, but that thing smells so good. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, I haven't tried the 21. It was like 370, almost 380 here, and I'm like, nah.
I just picked one up in the UK for 220.
Wow.
Because I wasn't about to pay that kind of price, because that's what it is here, is 350 to 400 for those.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Earlier in the
Not
year, I
for
saw it
46
for
whiskey.
320 something, but
Nah, I paid about 220, and I thought that was a fair value. And I tell you, I mean, 300 might still be worth it, but I just wouldn't want to do it.
I would say the Redbreast 27 would be another good if you have it to bring
I
down.
do, but
No,
I want to stick with bourbon for him. I want to help him branch out in bourbon.
How many
Hey,
bottles are you looking to
Mark.
bring? How many bottles are you looking to bring?
Adam is,
you know,
not,
Donald,
Adam is
cheers.
not asleep. I can see his
4 or
eyes
5.
open. He's fine.
I would say maybe
Pop on here and have a pour with
bring
us,
4
Donald,
bourbons and
before
one,
you start
one
cooking
you
dinner.
just want him to try or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I might. The Redbreast 21 is one I might actually bring down. I actually personally like that a lot more than the 27.
Oh, okay.
Despite not being cast strength.
Is
But,
Adam
yeah, I
that
mean,
hammered?
Huh?
Is Adam that hammered?
No, he's not. He was. It looked like he was looking at something else.
No.
He wasn't. He
Might have a
wasn't
kid
asleep.
Is he
creaking around.
tick-tocking? Tick-tocking?
Adam's on his best behavior this evening.
I mean, King of Kentucky and Lucky 7 those are up there. I mean, I don't know how you're going to top
Yeah,
outside of some crazy Dusties where you get that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not about
Liquid
popping it. It's about just
scotch.
like different profiles. I want to kind of create different profiles. So I was thinking like 4-gate batch 1.
Then I'd go rye.
Then
Yeah.
I'd like so like maybe like a 4 Roses LE.
Well, that would be good too, but or
Yeah, that
like
would
an
be good.
OESO, like that's a unique profile that's really fantastic.
I don't know how many
But I
single
would
barrel-
probably go, especially if you're talking finished. Those ryes that are finished in rum are unbelievable, especially from a sweetness standpoint.
Yeah, you might want to bring a barrel seagrass. I mean, a barrel seagrass might be something he's not used to at all.
Can you find this one?
I have seen
Cigar
those
rye.
cigar
God,
ryes
that's my
everywhere.
favorite rye right now.
It's a good rye.
I
I
have.
see those around.
I bought another bottle of that so I don't run out.
And he specifically said bourbon, so I'm trying to kind of narrow it to some degree.
Gotcha.
Well, just tell him rye's a different kind of bourbon.
What are the kind of 4-gates you got? Any?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got all the Kelvins. I've got the 4x4. I've got the 10-year.
4x4 is pretty good. The 10-year I was here was pretty good.
I love the 4x4. That might be my favorite finished bourbon I got this year.
You got any
So-
Joseph Magnuses or
Yeah, I've got a couple cigars. I could do that.
I'd pull out heavy hitter. So
Well, I've also got the first. I got the second Murray Hill Special as well. That's an interesting one. Yeah,
All right.
Magnus might be a good idea actually. Now that you think about it.
What's the next pour here? Am I sticking with turkey or what?
new riff.
I'm done.
Whiskey Encore is
Oh,
already
come
on.
on.
Just in case anybody wants to know, Whiskey Encore is already on.
Oh, did he go
Really?
on there?
He just started.
Yep. Yeah, he's live. He's got 22 watching. I'm just saying we don't have to leave here. I'm just saying that's what's going on.
Yeah,
You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. That's
You
what
don't
you're
even have to. You can stay here. I mean, I think that Bourbon Neophyte will let you stay here, but I don't.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just
I'm-
want people to know they have a choice on Whiskey
Yeah.
Tube.
Right. I don't want anybody to feel like they were stepping on somebody else's toes, even though I think that's stupid.
Mr. Davilar. Holy
Cheers to that, man.
shit.
William
Evening.
Davilar. Yeah.
Nice to see
mean,
you.
I mean, we're not stepping on each other's toes. We're
No.
enjoying company with one another.
That's
and
right.
so we're all going to end up being over at
We're going to go
Cheech's
over there
in a minute
That's right.
anyway. So we don't have to leave here. I just wanted to let everybody know that's where we're at.
Yeah, the only
We're-
people who could actually
thank you.
step on someone's toes is Ken over in Australia, because if some Australian wanted to, get into the whiskey tube thing, I mean, he might have to, give up a few hours.
Yeah. Like
Ken's pretty
12
much
out of
got it
27.
monopolized in Australia.
Hey, you know what? I tell you what, man. I spend my day working with Ken in the background. I chat when I can, and I can't sometimes. It's nice to have a little distraction during the workday. We just got to get our time zones back to 12 hours, because being 13 hours ahead, his stream's in too early, man. I'm just getting ready to start being able to chat again, and he's gone.
That's one of my favorite ryes. The rare breed rye has got an amazing rye flavor, but it's also backed up by this caramel. And
It is and like I said, I haven't touched these bottles in a good 6 months or more. And so I'm like, well,
I love that. I actually like lower rye whiskeys.
Shane, I need
I'm
to
going to
bring
go
you
ahead
that
and
pirate
pour
bottle. You
some
know
of
that?
this.
You didn't like it last Saturday.
It needs to open up. It wasn't the same.
It's
But,
been open for a
this-
few months,
this-
so I don't know.
This Eagle Rare Rye, it's always good. Like I said, I don't know why I haven't touched it for months. Well, I do know, with as many bottles as I got sitting there behind me and opening
Right.
up new shit all the time.
So while I believe you can't step on toes, I'm going to head over to Cheech's now. Thank you, Anthony. This has been a great night. I'm just going to head over
do,
that
do
way.
you see how he is, Tommy? Do you see how he is, Tommy?
Goddamn.
We just got this
damn it.
diatribe.
Do not
You know?
do not make me feel guilty about leaving this channel.
Oh, no, you can just leave. It's okay. Really,
Oh.
Shane doesn't mind. Look,
Oh my god! All right,
We've got a
good.
good 10 minutes. Cheech is still trying to catch up already.
that's
all right.
well.
You've
Cheech
been
has a
officially
monologue.
disbarred from the
Cheech
Bourbon
already-
Radio
Cheech
channel.
does have
Look,
a
let me just
monologue.
say this. Cheech has
That's
it down pat.
We
That's
shall
what he
leave
does
it
have
this
He
a
got his
monologue.
stream down pat. He's doing his thing. And by the time I get over
damn
there,
it. God damn it!
you know?
You made me feel guilty. Now I'm going to stay here.
look,
Fuck.
the only reason why you feel guilty is because you are. Being an attorney,
He
you
doesn't
should
have
know
StreamYard up
this.
at all or anything like that yet. So.
Okay?
Oh my
You see
god!
Greg just chuckling there because he knows. He just knows.
Anthony,
Eric, just remember the truth will set you free.
truth.
And there's
Truth is
a law
subjective.
enforcement officer right there telling you, Eric.
Dude.
Sorry, just saying.
Okay, so Slapshot. I met a cop this weekend who's writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He
we all could
witnessed-
write a book.
He witnessed another police officer beat the hell out of a guy in handcuffs
Uh-huh.
and actually ended up losing his job by saying, "No, I saw it happen." And so
Yeah.
he's writing a book now about all the things he's seen cops do.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. It's very
I've
interesting.
I've been on several scenes where I told officers, "Don't come back me up anymore because there's a thing called the Constitution. You just walked all over it, and I don't want to be in federal court."
And you know what? I believe that about you. I really do. I know that that's true about you. And this guy was also really that was what his whole thing was. Didn't we all swear the same oath to the Constitution? Why would you beat somebody up already in handcuffs? And dude, they told him if he went back on duty, that if he got in trouble, nobody would be there to back him up. And he has the because what's the computers what are they called? The computers that are in the front seat now?
The MCTs, mobile
Yeah, the
command
MCTs.
stuff.
He was
Yeah.
he was actually able to save a bunch of texts or a bunch of
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
from other cops who told him, "You're screwed. Don't ever call for backup, dude. We won't ever be there for you." And it's just, I mean, this guy loved being a police officer. I sat and talked with him. He wanted to be a cop. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
And they screw you guys over. Those of you who are trying to be good cops.
Hey, JD. Thanks for
That's
popping
the sad thing.
in.
It
brother.
takes one bad
Cheers.
cop to give
Smash
1,000
that
good cops
like
a bad
button
name.
and subscribe if those of you that haven't done so already.
Goddamn Ben Demonhart, get out of here, Eric. We don't need you.
One of my favorite things I ever heard is I had a friend of mine who got into a little road rage incident and got arrested for, getting out of his car and punching a guy in the face. He gets to court. The guy who got punched didn't want to show up. I guess he didn't want to have a lawyer asking him. So exactly what happened. So you told the guy to get out of the car. He got out of the car, and then you refused to get out yourself? Okay. Any reason? Anyway, so they've got the cop up there and like, well, officer, what happened? Did basically kind of asking, did he confess? No, he didn't confess. But look at him. He's obviously the type who could do it. And his lawyer was just like, whoa. Your Honor, hearsay.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection. You can't say that.
Yeah,
there's no grounds. Anybody can throw a punch. And, the cop's like, but look at him. And he's like, the judge is like, sir, you can't speculate just because somebody's got shoulders that they're more likely to throw a punch. And so he walked away scot-free after, basically just knocking a guy's clock.
I'm gonna check out. See you guys later.
Me too.
Yeah.
Come out of here, guys.
Cheers. We'll see you in a minute. Tell Cheech we're coming.
Yeah, he just dropped the link. I'm gonna go too, Anthony. See you, bud. Everybody
See ya.
else.
See ya.
Oh man, this Highland Park is incredible. Can't believe you two haven't cracked that bottle yet.
Hey,
How do you know Greg didn't?
For a special
He
occasion.
just told
It's all
Shane
my
he
fault.
didn't.
There you go.
Right, Greg? Tell him.
Well, we were thinking about it last, what was it, Shane, Saturday, but we never got around to it.
Yeah, we had other people there that probably wouldn't have appreciated it as much as we would.
That's the problem.
So 13 bourbon pours later.
Yeah.
Highland Park.
You want to know something crazy,
Well, and
Anthony?
one scotch. We did have one scotch.
One of these bottles has already been killed.
What's
It's the one I got for Keith. That man cannot respect his whiskey and drink slowly.
Damn them.
We had
I'm
some.
telling you.
What scotch did we have, Shane? I can't remember.
What was it? I think you brought out.
It was
the
Glen
Glenallachie
Allachie.
15.
It was the Amans, the Glen
Yeah,
Allachie.
Glenallachie 15.
Yeah, single cask.
Oh, a single cast one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking unreal.
Yeah, it was a sherry cask, so no peat or anything. It was great scotch.
Yeah. Glenallachie, they're a little oakier than I prefer, but I'm hoping for good stuff down the road. This has got to be the greatest first 2-sip whiskey ever. And then every sip after that, you're kind of like regretting it.
What's that? The Frenchman?
Yeah, the Frenchman. It's like, it smells amazing. It's got up front, you get that
Hold
beautiful.
up that bottle for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember it now.
The first, the nose is really good. The first little taste, it's beautiful. And then you go back and you're like, yeah, they definitely used a younger bourbon to start with.
I'll text you, Andrew, but it's the 26th is what he's talking about.
Yeah,
the
this is
Cadenhead.
a single barrel.
The one I
Cadenhead.
told you about.
Yeah, it's. Now, if you
It's
can, there's
absolutely friggin' deliciousness.
there's a 25 and a 28-year-old of these out there in the world. If you ever see the 28, it puts this to shame.
Shame.
That 28 might be my favorite whiskey of all time. It's up there.
Oh, good pour there, sir. Good pour. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. I was like, what the hell did I pour? I forgot for a second. I'm looking at, no, it wasn't that. Wasn't that? It's the Rare Breed Rye. That's what I'm drinking. Shit. It happens. It happens.
Oh, man,
Hold on for a second.
Mm.
What's up, brother?
What's going on?
People coming back.
Oh my gosh, living that dream that is whiskey tube.
I tell you what, this time of night, I honestly feel like there's too many people who are hopping on these streams to where you almost need two people going at the same time just so everybody can kind of have good conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll hop on Livewire some nights, and there's just so many people on. I'm just like, cool.
Well, you know what? I don't abuse my privilege with Mike and Adam, because if I'm there, they'll put me on almost all the time. I mean, they're good guys to me, but there are other people that like to be on there. And when you have your own channel, like I do, and Dan and stuff like that, and Shane does. Okay, I don't have to be on it. And Shane says it, I say it. You put me in the background or boot me off. Bring somebody else in there. We know we can come on. You're welcome. Greg's always welcome on. You're always welcome on mine. Everybody that's in chat, everybody that's on the panel now, you're always welcome. You don't need an invitation.
Yeah, well, it's just nice when you've got extra channels. So because I think 4 or 5 people is really a nice.
Well, you know what? I'll never compete with the junkies. So, for me to stream when they do, I'm not taking anything from them. My 20 people, please. I go and I loosely watch them. Scotch, for Dummies, I like them. I loosely watch them. I actually watch Leanne more. Scotch on the Bayou. I like that. I saw you on there today. Sugar Kitty and Richie Z. And, I enjoy the smaller channels because we all can communicate, just like people in the chat here can communicate, and we all can talk to them. Like we were saying, when you have, if I'm ever that big, really, I'm that in my heart, in my mind, that just shit isn't going to happen. But when you have all those people in chat, there's just no way you can have this conversation. Like I can see what William has to say. I can see what Donald has to say. I can see what Chris has to say. I can see what Ben has to say. D. Bauer, I can actually have a conversation with him as he types in chat. I can do all this stuff. When JD pops on and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
Like Andrew, although Andrew, I can actually pick up the phone. Well, I can actually pick up the phone and talk to any one of you guys. But I'm just saying, we have great conversations when we really in talking about whiskey. We're talking about our channels or whatever. We're more smaller, we're more intimate. We can have direct conversations about different whiskeys, be it bourbon, be it American whiskey, be it Scotch, be it Irish, and actually talk. We can highlight the chats and go on and so forth. And some of the people that are on here, like Sugar Kitty and Greg and you, Dustin, when it comes to Scotch, is like it's terrific. And then how many times are you going to get Australians?
There we go.
That's right.
Come on.
You gotta have that fact.
I'm just saying.
Too.
And I know people like.
There he is.
I know people
especially
like
one
this.
wing to trying.
What the
What
hell?
the hell is this? It went from the knee now
It's
to
your
what?
knee.
Yeah.
We got to call somebody because Lil is clearly just abusing poor Chris over here.
Yeah. Well, welcome
Trying
to
to ask it.
That was because he didn't buy her all that booze when he was in Texas. That's what happened.
Mm.
No, this is a result of me hitting something.
You hit something.
Yeah,
What was his name?
the refrigerator.
Oh, refrigerator.
I
William
had my
Jerry.
knee collapse on me on Wednesday night, so I was in a shitload of pain, and I collapsed into the fridge.
And of course, you stick your hand out.
Yeah, and which really hurt my knee and everything, and I was a little bit disorientated.
Yes.
And yeah, kind of
Yeah, I see that.
But I bet you that ice maker started
threw
working.
threw my hand out because of the intense pain which I was in, and decided that I would get more pain in my hand. So I
Yeah.
now forget about my knee, and
Yeah, I understand. Yes.
Hmm.
Totally
Solid.
unintentional, but it took your mind off the knee for a minute.
but it's taken my mind off the knee a hell of a lot, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I think, Chris, you need a drink.
Yeah.
You need
He'd
6.
like to, but I'm sure with
I
the stuff he's
think
on, he
that
can't.
was the problem on Saturday. I had a couple of drinks with painkillers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's trouble.
Wow. Well, hey, I'm going to jump off here.
really? I thought you were going to have at least another.
I was only going to
pour
do 2 drinks
with
tonight.
Greg.
I got a drum set back there. I got to go start practicing on.
You could have one more, right, Greg? Look, Greg's just sitting there.
can.
Really, really.
I can, but I'm going to exercise some discipline tonight.
Well, I think Greg is the drill sergeant,
Rare.
so I think whatever the big man says goes.
Greg, come on, man.
Take a Midol, Shane, and have another drink.
Wow.
There you go. You don't have to fill that shot glass up halfway.
I'm all right. I don't have to fill it up.
No,
All right. So then, what am I drinking?
you pick,
long as it's
or
not
Greg will
clear.
tell you.
If you're going to make me drink half a shot,
Well, look, it'll make you happier if you drink your Texas tea bag.
What did you walk out of here? Yeah, you got a Booker's and a Larceny. I think you left with. Of course, the one
You have the
Larceny-
new Booker's Kentucky Tea Bag edition.
As long as it's not a KOK.
Mm-hmm.
I got that too.
Yeah.
Hey, Sugar Kitty, thanks for popping on, brother.
Do that.
Oh, you got a purple
tumbling
top over
dice.
there. Throw that in there.
There's a purple
Oh,
top.
there you go. There you
Oh,
go.
Do
that
that
one.
I'd do that tumbling dice. That's what I'd do.
The tumbling dice is really good. That's a
I'm doing-
36
doing
round.
half a shot. Half a shot. Tumbling dice.
That's-
Why not?
I'm doing half a shot, a 36 round. All right.
I
That's
think we've
it.
got a 14-year purple top floating around here right now that I can pick up.
That's the 8-year purple top, ain't it?
Yeah. Yep. We're a little bit over half.
There
Are
you
you
go.
happy?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Greg's here.
That's a reason not to drink.
Why? I think it's nice that he came on.
Because you wake up with a sore ass and don't know where you're at.
Look, Shane,
I call you at 10
I
o'clock
told
and
you
I
that's
get
for your
back.
pay-per-view channel.
Shane.
That's for
Shane,
the pay-per-view
if you would
channel.
stop falling on bottles of whiskey and having them just land there.
How else am I going to get him out of Greg's house without him noticing?
You know,
Hey,
I don't think
he's
Greg
an
would know
accountant,
any bottles
remember?
missing.
He
Hey.
keeps track.
Do you think this went in easy?
I gave you that out of the goodness of my heart.
I want to know how you didn't get a splinter.
Cheers to you, Will Davilar.
He said he doesn't have a splinter.
Well, that's true. He didn't say.
Yeah. Will brings up a good point. He says he only falls into peer pressure when I'm honest. Look, we get out there and it's weird. We start drinking and we'll kill a half a bottle together without even thinking about it. Like next thing we know, we're like, holy shit, we just smoked half a bottle.
Doesn't make you guys bad people.
We call that a Tuesday, Lil and I.
That's right.
A Tuesday.
Yeah, that's called a Tuesday.
That's right.
Hell, Shane, you were here last Saturday for 5 hours.
You're right. And we had 13 pours.
Sure.
And I remember all
I
of
might
them.
have left
That
one
wasn't
out.
bad though. Like those were like small pours.
Yeah, they were just tastes. Tastes.
Yeah, Will. Hey, I didn't want to make us sound like a lush. I'm sorry. I mean, half of one bottle and then like 4 other pours from other bottles.
Yeah, I'm hearing lazy as hell if that's all you're drinking is out of one bottle. Like really, you're too lazy to find another bottle and drink out of it.
We were finding really good bottles. So
We
I
do
don't
that if
remember
we
what-
crack a bottle out here in the lounge room. Now that everything's over in the other side of the house,
mhm.
you'll have a pour of something like if we crack an Elijah Craig small batch, it'll be we'll pour another. I feel like another one. Next thing you know, 3/4 of the bottle's gone. It's sort of like maybe we should.
That's
take this
exactly how it
other-
goes.
Well,
We-
yeah.
we did that to a Stranahan's barrel pick, which was freaking amazing. I think we did it to an E.H. Taylor single barrel.
Those Stranahans, the picks and their single barrels are absolutely phenomenal. The one
The Stranahan's
that
picks
Stahl brought
are the
down for
same
Whiskey
as
Weekend.
High West finished. Like the rest of the line sucks for the most part.
Yeah.
But the finished versions are fantastic. Stranahan's, the rest of the line's kind of like but those
You
single
want the
barrels.
single barrel, you want the picks or the finished. The regular standard, leave on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
but those single barrels are lights out good. I haven't had a bad one. I've had about 8 different ones. And they've all been just like epic.
Oh yeah, just like I said, the one that Stahl brought down to Whiskey Weekend, that was the first one I really got to have a nice pour of, and I was like, "Holy shit! I've been leaving this stuff on the shelf because, I'm like, can they really do anything in Colorado?"
You got to leave something on the shelf, man.
Well, yeah, but now I know.
Yeah. Well,
and now
the $4,000 warehouse C, I leave that one on the shelf.
Oh, isn't that ridiculous? That is, I just saw that again. It's almost, it's closer to 5 now.
Yeah.
And the problem is, and I've said this before, people have no idea that is not a survivor batch. That's not the survivor.
No,
yeah.
It's just a straight warehouse. The survivor is 12 grand.
It's like small batch. Hey, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. And I actually explained that to the people at the store that were selling it because we know more than them. Trust me. We know more than them. Usually, yeah, most of the time. But I explained to him so he looked it up. He went, "Holy smokes." He goes, "I didn't know." I go, "You know what you paid for that, and you know what the markup is on it. Trust me, you know." But you don't
try to bullshit me.
Yeah, don't bullshit a bullshitter.
Guess what? Every EH Taylor you've ever sold was a warehouse C. Just so you know.
Of course.
But it could have been exactly.
Well, it is.
All EH Taylor comes out of warehouse C.
Comes from warehouse C.
That's right.
All right.
So your small batch, your single barrel, that's warehouse C.
It's like Lanterns only comes from warehouse H.
Yeah.
How dare you say that?
They're now making clones of warehouse H.
I thought Caribou came from that too.
Anthony, like I said to Josie Wells, don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining.
Thank you, Greg. That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Well, what the hell is their justification for warehouse C then being so expensive? Like E.H. Taylor's
it's basically it's a special selection of barrels of E.H. Taylor, basically barrel proof is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, it's barrel proof.
They didn't charge a lot for it though. It wasn't an expensive bottle.
No, it just went stupid.
Yeah, they're charging. Let's just say the same $10 a bottle, and I don't know what they're charging. I'm being sarcastic, people.
Retail on that was like $60-$70. I'm pretty sure.
What they would charge to the distributor, and the distributor charges to the suppliers here, let's just say in Vegas, let's just say for sake of argument, it gets to the store, it's $70 their cost. Look at the markup on that damn thing. So they get 3 or 4 bottles. Believe me, they're making it like nobody's business on that warehouse C. These employees that are in some of these stores absolutely have no idea. But now you got somebody like Bourbon Baller who understands this stuff and is not will educate his people that come in there. I love to sell this to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. It's some people, and it goes back to what I was saying about the FOMO. If they have the money and they're like, "Oh, I gotta have it," they're gonna lay them dead presidents down there on that freaking counter and walk out of there and say, "Oh, I got a warehouse C," and I'm gonna hold up my small batch and they say, "Me too," or I'm gonna hold up my single barrel and go, "I got a warehouse C too." It all comes out of there.
Yep.
But I didn't pay $4,000 or $5,000 for that frickin' bottle, people.
Yeah,
jackass.
Might as well be now for small batch.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at small batch on the shelf this past weekend. Frickin' almost $100. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? It is frickin' ridiculous.
Fuck that.
I'm sorry. I mean, I get to the point sometimes where it enrages you, and it's like, you have got to be absolutely fucking kidding to be charging that freaking price.
Meanwhile, I know a guy who sells Blanton's for $125, and I have literally been in the store when somebody went in there and said, "Hey, you got Blands?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Can I get two?" He goes, "Yeah, they're 125 each." The guy paid for it and then tipped him $20. Said, "Thank you."
Jesus.
I turn it down at 69 frickin' bucks.
As you
Turn
should.
it down.
But again, there are people that see that 125 and they're so thankful they tip the guy.
And I got it. I do. And when I tell
Rance,
people that
I don't
story,
know, dude. That gold spot's pretty damn good, Donald.
really?
Yeah, that gold spot is really damn good.
I do think it's better than some of the people who played it down, but I mean, I don't think it's anything you're going to miss out on if you don't get it.
I compared it to the blue spot. I like it better than blue spot, and I'm a high proofer guy. But that gold spot was one of those that I really had to stop and think about what I was drinking because it was like there was just so much going on in there, and it was really really good.
I really like
See,
the
I
nose
got a
on the
sample.
gold.
I got a sample from T-Rob. He dropped it off here. And I haven't tried it yet because I just haven't had a moment where he's on the stream and I'm on the stream because I swapped him a sample of the Blue Run. I can't remember if mine is summer and his is spring, or mine was spring and his was summer. And we wanted to see if there was a difference between the two the two batches. So we did a swap, and he actually sent me that one. I'm like, oh crap! So I sent him the Boona 12 and shit, I forget what else, but I sent him something else. What, you're going to fill that up, or what are you going to do? What?
Empty.
I know. Well, I thought you were going to do a half one.
I did all more than a half.
Greg, come on. Did he?
I got to call him at 10 o'clock tomorrow after I get Belmont, because then I got to meet him, and we're going down to South Carolina, and I got to meet him in Cramerton, and we might head over to who knows where. So
who knows where?
Yeah.
Well, don't forget to let me know if you find something really, really interesting.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I have no idea. There's supposed to be a drop at the one store in Belmont next to me. They're supposed to be getting a truck at the one.
Well, I'm looking for a Tennessee Founders.
Stop saying the store names, Greg.
There ain't no one here.
What's that?
He's saying stop saying the store names. I said there ain't nobody on the damn stream.
Give away all of our honey holes.
Nobody on this stream knows. Cheers, brother. Hey,
I love
Shane,
all of you.
thank you. And if I don't talk to you, Shane, Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I am so thankful for all of you guys, and this whole community is just amazing, and I'm very thankful for that.
I just have to
I'll
say,
call you at 10 tomorrow.
At 10 o'clock, remember that. But also, I'm thankful for Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up.
Oh, you're not wrong.
From story time.
Hey, we'll see you guys.
All right, man. Cheers.
For shame.
It's only taken about 3 years, but this Woodford batch proof starting to drink pretty well.
That looks like an older bottle, Dustin.
Oh yeah, this is at least 3 years old. It's the
Yeah.
123.6. I'd have to look it up, but it's a 2020 or a 2019.
Yeah.
This new one is great.
I've heard the new one is really good.
that
Think
new
about that.
one's really
Really
good.
The one I
That
think
Dan
is
here,
fantastic.
that's almost $300.
Yeah, this one was not great.
Yeah, I got mine for 125.
Yeah, that
That's
I
about
might
retail.
think about it at that, but at
Mhm.
300,
Definitely
they can
worth it.
stick it somewhere where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, 300 is just too much.
Well, I still can get the Jack Daniels 10, but they want $300 for that. Please.
Yeah.
Jack Daniel's 10
Exactly.
is not even
Greg.
available here. It's like they want like 1,500 points, and they've raised the price on it beyond retail. It's just go fuck yourselves. I get it. You didn't get a lot of bottles, but nobody's chasing Jack Daniel's 10.
No.
no.
You're just annoying people by putting it on the shelf there. Just sell the damn things.
Right.
Meanwhile, they want 6,000 points and $200 for Coy Hill.
Coy Hill is about $300 here. No.
That at least
Yeah,
that's
$300 or
comparatively that's
$400.
reasonable compared to what I
Well,
was thinking.
it's not reasonable to me. I'm not paying that shit.
Oh, I didn't say it. I said comparably. You have to spend $6,000 at the store in 6 months first.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I don't-
wild.
I don't think you can get a Coy Hill online anywhere for less than $450 secondary.
I tried a Coy Hill over at Jeffrey Wax, and I mean, it's fine. It's good. I wouldn't pay anything extra for it.
Oh
The
yeah.
first sip I've had of Cornhill, I got a sample, and I thought it was hot garbage.
It's hot.
Hot garbage.
Yeah.
The first few sips, and I finished that little pour, and I pushed it away, and I sat the sample up there with my collection that I have, and I don't know. A few months went by. I got it from Whiskey Mountains, and they were talking about it, and I thought, let me go try it. Wow. It opened up nicely,
That's good.
and
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the second pour of it. So I don't know if it was her bottle was fresh. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
the
Or
first
just you
few
weren't
sips
in the right
out of that, I had
mindset.
about an ounce of it. I thought it was hot garbage, period. Not any flavor. I thought, what the hell?
When I poured mine, I handed the glass to Jeffrey, and I said, "Can you smell that? Is there something wrong with your glass, or is that the whiskey?" And he goes, "It's probably the whiskey." And he goes, "Yeah, it's the whiskey." And I was like, "Okay, that does not smell right." But all right,
Well,
give it a try.
I will give you, there was something about it, but I didn't think much of it until I had the first sip, and I'm like, yeah, this was disappointing. But then, give it some time in that little frickin' bottle, and I poured it. The one again, it was about an ounce left, give or take, and I was like, oh, well, now this has become palatable, and it's not bad. It wasn't bad at all. I'm like, oh, I could actually like this. It needed a little more time to open up. But like I said, those first sips out of it, I thought, oh, geez, I'm glad I didn't get one of this.
Yeah, I don't think anything that hot, the first couple pours out of it are just not going to be any good.
And I agree. That's what I thought of the initial release of Stellum, the bourbon and the rye at cask strength. Was it 110 and like 116 respectively? The bourbon was 116. I thought it was nothing but hot garbage. Absolutely from the get-go. And I didn't touch it. And I've recently had a sip of some that had a chance to breathe and open up in the bottle. And they told me what it was, and I refused to believe it because of the first experience I had with it, and I never bought it. And they were going for like $45, maybe $50. Anyhow, I had another chance to revisit it on a pour, and I'm like, that thing really opened up well, once it had some time. So I'm not saying I totally liked it, but it's now one of those bottles. Now I'm like, I think I might go out and get one just because of the price point. It's under $50. It's
Sure.
110 plus proof. And I noticed some promise in that little sip I had. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I
worth
wish I'd
getting.
gotten a full bottle of that Four-Gate 14-year proprietor, or not proprietor, foundation. But oh my goodness, that thing was expensive. And man, was that thing hard to get into initially. It's so hot.
Yeah.
So hot.
Well, I've had a few like that. I mean, when you take those first couple sips, it's like, holy crap, nothing but freaking heat and just bleh. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You're really hoping to get something that's good. Don't get me wrong, that's good. And
well, you got to play with water.
You get nothing but
right.
hot and spice, and there's just no damn flavor to it.
Hey, Donald.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, perfect,
Good.
man. Thanks for popping in there.
Now you're making me want to go grab that gold spot and come over here with it.
I might go grab my gold spot because I've got it sitting up there.
I've got some on the way, some samples. So
I tell you what, Donald, the nose on that thing is way better than I expected based on some of the people who talked about it. I think it's incredibly aromatic.
I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. Some people have told me that I'll really like it. Some people have told me I'll find Red Spot better. Some people have told me I'll find, the Middletons, definitely they're going to be better than that.
You will not like Red Spot better based on what I know about your palate.
Okay.
Because you don't like the heavier sherries as much.
Well, Red Spot's Marsala.
Yeah, but it comes off more like a. It's I should say this. It's way more wine finished on the red, in my opinion.
Well, I don't mind wine finish because I still think the Layeville Barton is still one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But
fair enough.
We'll see. I mean, I'm not actively chasing it. I've only got like one bottle right now.
Yeah.
And that's going to take.
I will say I do have an official, unquestionable favorite Irish whiskey now, and that is the Redbreast 21. Now that I have my own bottle and I've gotten to spend some time with it, I don't think anything comes close for me.
Not even the 17 year?
No.
Really? Okay.
The 17's got the better mouthfeel. I like the chocolate note, but the smell on the 21 is just like one of the greatest smelling things of all time.
I still have a bottle of Redbreast 21 from like 5 years ago.
Like, I mean, I'm telling you, like the day I opened that and I first poured it in the glass and I just did, quick
I'm gonna grab something. Be right back.
I just like set the glass down and I said, "Oh my God, is that really what I think? I mean, was it that good?" Came back like 5 minutes later and I'm just like, "Holy crap, this is good."
Okay, fair enough.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could go back and forth between that 17 and the 21 on the palate. I think I like the 17 better on the palate.
Sure.
But I think it's close enough that the nose gives the 21 an edge.
All right.
But I mean, I do find it a little unfair to compare a single cask to a larger production.
True.
So that's probably not. I was not thinking about the 17 when I made the statement. I was thinking more of like production, multi-barrel ordeals.
Yeah, fair enough.
I do need
Did
more.
you take 21 over 27?
Oh, not even.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Me too.
I've never had 21. I've had 27 a couple times, but I've never had.
For some reason, all the bourbon bros have been buying the 27 because I guess super aged and it's got a cask strength statement. But I mean, I remember like I was talking to Mike and I was like, "Hey man, bring the 21 over." He goes, "Hey, bring the 27. Let's do a comparison." And I'm like, "They don't make sense to compare." And he's like, "What do you mean? It's Redbreast." I was like, "They're just different whiskeys." And he's like, "All right." And we review it. And he looks at me and he goes, "I told you to bring the 27." He goes, "You're right. They cannot be compared."
No, they can't. And I found it strange that they, went with port cask on the 27 instead of a different kind of sherry. Like that's been their MO since the very beginning. Single pot still, sherry.
Well, you have to think they must have just whatever those those port pipes they had. They must have just been like, you know what, these don't work.
They
unless they are aged a long time.
Yeah, and you know what? It would have made more sense if they put out a spot series because at least with the port pipes, because the Mitchells were wine merchants dealing with fortified wine, spirits, and wine. So I don't understand the reasoning for sticking a Redbreast label on it other than a cash grab.
I mean, well, the thing is, here in the U.S., it's not priced. Like the 21's gotten so expensive. It's like
I know
27's actually become a better value when you start thinking about it that way.
Yeah, and thankfully, it's still around $250 here, but I expect it'll go up.
I've seen stores now asking $400 for it here, and that's ridiculous.
Oh wow, really?
That's the small stores in Kentucky that are getting it in now are asking that.
And I understand part of that's also because Middleton themselves have upped their prices huge.
Oh yeah, I was talking to my guy, and he was like, "No, that's our normal markup." He goes, "That's what it costs now." I was just like, "Jeez."
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing Middleton, but mostly in what I call them the museum cases. That they're $250, $300, $600, depending upon which one it is and how old it is. And it's like, holy crap.
Yeah, thankfully they're not as expensive here still. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, if there's one you're eyeing, then I would pick it up because down here, it's easy to. I mean, you could pick one up for let's just say $300.
Which I'd be comfortable with a couple of them. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I don't know much about them other than listening to you talk about them and Dustin or whatever. But
Yeah, the
they're
Derek Gaelick's
here.
the only one I'd send you out to go pick up for sure.
That's what I'm eyeing. I still haven't seen the Kyle Begg release here yet. And the one place I did see it in Buffalo would have cost me like $5.50 Canadian. I was like, nope, not doing it.
I'm not falling in love with that bottle yet.
No.
Yeah, I really like the last tree a lot.
Mhm.
This one, there's something about it that just isn't hitting for me. So haven't been back to it in a while. So
Also different master distillers too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, because Knockrath was the last one Brian Nation did, and Kyle Begg is the first one Kevin O'Gorman, who used to be their guru for their maturation. He's now the master distiller, so maybe different taste, different style. We'll see.
Yeah, to me, it's just that the oak's a little unrestrained.
Okay.
So that virgin oak that they use just got a little too intense and
almost astringent.
A little astringent and just a little too drying on the mouth as well. It just it wasn't imparting the same flavor profile, and yet if you go back and forth between them side by side, they're really similar.
Mm-hmm.
But when you pour that, last one was at Knockrath.
Yeah, the Knockrath was the one before the Kyle Begg.
Yeah. So when I pour the Knockrath by itself, and just drink it, it's just a beautiful whiskey experience. When I pour the other one by itself, it's fine, but it's just not. It's not wowing me, and obviously at those prices, I do want my balls played with a little bit.
Yep, same here. That's why, thankfully, I have like a couple of samples inbound as well, so I can see whether Tree 2 really was the best, as some people have claimed, or whether it's something else.
Well, and that's the other thing is, maybe I got a decent tree last time. This tree is just not as good. I mean,
yeah,
I got Tree 4 on both of them somehow.
Okay.
Apparently, I have to just keep buying Tree 4s to keep the collection alive.
Yeah, well, I've heard Tree 2 is the star this time, so it's the only one I've had a sample of, but I have a couple of other ones inbound so I can compare.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's so much work trying to chase it down a specific tree with those. I mean, they're just hard to get in general.
I know. I mean, last time it was easier for me to just go, okay, Tree 5, done. But not this time.
I didn't even see those on some of the UK websites this time around. So if they ever got them in, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
and last time they sat there for a while.
They did, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's driving the difference.
Maybe whiskey tube.
Guaranteed. Little cast strength Still Austin next, since I've went through all my turkeys.
Oh,
1,
nice.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pours of turkey. I'm going to go to a little cast strength Still Austin.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving for most of you guys this Thursday. I know Chris and I, it's just a regular work day.
Oh, yeah. I'm off already. I started today.
I'm working at the moment.
All right.
It's hard for him to repair things with one good hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Makes typing tough too.
Yep.
What are you hearing about the 2022 Very Rare, Donald?
I haven't heard much yet. I mean, I will try that one before I buy it. The 2020 was the best year I had since 2016, which is why I bought
2020 Middleton Very Rare is a buy at what price?
So for me, it costs about 200 Canadian. So that would be
like $100 US.
Yeah.
$1.60, $1.65 US.
Yeah,
probably.
About that. Yeah,
but see, that's not what it's going for here. I know I've seen the Middleton Very Rare for it's going for about $2.25.
Yeah, I pay the same in Canadian dollars for it.
Yeah.
Well, for what it's worth,
I saw one last week for that.
The 2022 is 170 on Whiskey World. So once you ship it, it's over 200. So the thing is, Canada gets better Irish prices than they get in Ireland.
True.
It's kind of like how California gets better bourbon prices than Kentucky does.
So, Andrew, are you talking about the Middleton when you're asking that question?
Well, I think Redbreast.
Redbreast, I
Redbreast.
think.
Okay,
I
that's I
mean-
wasn't sure.
Well, I mean, intense is not a good word. I mean, I can't remember what the ABV on the 12 is, but
Both the 40 for the ABV on the 12 and 46 for the
46
21.
on the 21. Yeah.
Cheers, Will.
Well, thank you for stopping in.
Pulling to the
Cheers,
wrong
brother.
camera.
Tell your wife I said happy Thanksgiving, and Kathy, Joe, and Tim. Really appreciate you here, brother. Always great to have you in chat, and you're always welcome on the stream when you want to join. Cheers, man.
They will.
Cheers, Will. See
I
ya.
mean, it's more intense, but it's more
It's richer.
complex,
Yeah,
more depth, more. I
exactly.
mean, it's what you expect from that kind of eight. I'll say this: 21 years old should be a really good old age statement on whiskey. Some distilleries are 21 somehow miss that. Redbreast at 21 tastes like old whiskey, and man, is it good.
Yeah, Bushmill 16, the price that JD can get it for, fine, but
Yeah.
even here in Canada, it's a bit steep. It's like 130 Canadian, and
Wow, for Bushmill 16? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
but it's 130 in the US to 150, so we get it at a 20% discount. Still,
Bushmills is ridiculous here. It's like go to hell.
I know.
I'm passing.
I know I saw 21-year Bushmills for 300 in the US, and I'm like, what? Like,
Yep.
no way, no way. When I can pay 220 in Canada for it, it's ridiculous. And I wouldn't buy another 21, to be honest. It's a lovely whiskey, lovely jam and fruit flavors, but for the love of God, at 40 ABV, it just screams for more, proof. Which is
Mm-hmm.
the Causeway ones are finally out, but some of them can cause, a king's ransom. It's insane.
Well,
The one I
140.
just had a few weeks ago, it doesn't compare to what you guys are talking about, but the Prohibition,
That's a good one. I
it
wish.
really is for like $32 US.
Yep, that's what I paid
Wow.
for mine. Yeah,
Holy smokes.
I wish they would get rid of the basic white label and just leave the Prohibition as their base expression.
It
be done with
does
it.
not even compare to that white label. That white label is shit.
$140 for the Causeway over here, the special release for us.
That's actually
Really?
not too bad for you guys, because I mean,
And that was a car strength.
yeah, because one of them that I had was about the same in Canadian, and then I also have a 10-year Causeway that I paid $70 for, and I was happy to pay that.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
I'm
that
talking whether to get
that
fixed
Prohibition
new
or that
Bushmills.
yeah, but it's the Pinky Blinders is what they call it here.
Here's
Yeah,
a
the
Bushmill
Prohibition.
1997 rum cask, a Causeway collection for $400.
Huh. Keep it. Keep it. But I had that about 2 months ago. I was at a bottle shop and they had a tasting and they said, "Hey, do you want to try some Irish whiskey?" I said, "Yeah."
I'll be right back.
And so they poured me some and I said, "Well, I think it's good, but you're going to have to put a little more in that thimble for me to really understand it." So they gave me another drop and I'm like, "Oh yeah." I said, "This really isn't bad."
Okay.
And they go, "No, it's this, it's that." And they had it next to the Sexton and the Slane, which I like Slane. And the Sexton I had for the first time, I was like, shit, that isn't bad. But that Bushmills, the Prohibition, blew it out of the water. It had just had that a little more flavor, a little more viscosity compared to the Slane. And the bottle was much easier to pour from. Or excuse me, not the Slane, the Sexton. The bottle was much easier to pour
Oh,
from.
I am not a fan of Sexton. If you're going to
Okay.
buy Sexton for the price, just go Bushmills 10 and be done with it. They're about the same price here.
Mhm.
And I think the Bushmills 10 is just an overall better whiskey.
I think it is. I think the process and stuff that they do.
Well, they're both Bushmills products. So
Really, Sexton?
Sexton is a Bushmills product. Yeah.
Wow.
Is Sexton the one that looks like it's like a cologne bottle, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an
The
octagon or hexagon or
whatever.
something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird shape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is why I don't understand it. But I'm like, okay, you do you. I'll continue to buy the 10-year at the same price or a little bit cheaper.
So then Bushmills sells the Sexton.
Sexton is a Cuervo brand because originally it was Proximo when they were launched by Bushmills.
Got it.
And then I think they sold everything over to Jose Cuervo. And that's the trouble with Irish whiskey too, because some brands source from one place than another, but then they're owned by a different brand. It's like Roe & Co. It's the stupidest thing ever. Diageo sells Bushmills to Proximo, who then sells to like Jose Cuervo. And then they launch their own Irish whiskey brand again, Roe & Co., sourcing stuff from Bushmills. Go figure.
It feels like pretty much all of Irish whiskey is like two distilleries. I mean,
Well, right now it's basically you've got West Cork, Middleton, Bushmills, and Great Northern. Those are the four main ones right now.
Did you see Mark's post the other week about him going to the new distillery building for Bushmills?
Yeah, I did. That's pretty cool. Craft Irish, you've got Killowen and Blackwater, essentially.
Killowen's, I mean, that's not even their own stuff right now, right?
No, a lot of it's sourced from anything with like a higher age statement is all Great Northern anyway. So, yeah.
Huh. Well, see, getting an education here. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Getting an education. Wow.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of those reviews on Whiskey Base about the new Kleinlich and the 2022, and it doesn't seem promising, unfortunately.
The Diageo special.
Yeah.
No,
You know what, though? I never see Kleinlich here. I just don't. I mean, it's very few and far between. You might see the 12 here and there, but that's it.
that's the only bottle that's their only bottle.
The 14-year, that's their core
14-year,
range.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was a 15-year, but it's 14. Okay.
Yeah,
Make it 14 and then
That's
make it
their
Distiller's
that's their
edition.
quintessential. If you like this, then everything is a derivative from it, either down.
They don't make anything else regularly, Anthony.
They only put out that one bottle as their core range, and that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a Distiller's edition that I think it doesn't even come out yearly. It's sporadic. And then they put out some one-offs here and there. They did a 21-year. They've got a distillery like.
So how do they make money?
Almost all their whiskeys goes into blending.
Yeah.
Really? They
Yep.
sell a lot to blend, huh?
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
I
they're-
see it. I see it on different blends.
Well, it's
And,
called Johnny Walker. That's
What?
what Kleinlich is used
A
for.
lot of it, yeah, and their Highland Johnny Walker, yeah. If you get like the Johnny Walker Origin series that highlights all the different regions, it's primarily Kleinlich for a lot of the Highland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then obviously Compass Box is sourcing a ton of Kleinlich for their stuff.
See, I'm looking at this, and this certainly doesn't have it.
It does have Kleinlich in it. It should.
Nope.
No.
Corregimor,
He might
Kalila,
not.
Linkwood, Talisker.
So there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the green's the only one without it though.
True. Oh
And I
yeah,
tell you
because of
what,
the 15-year age statement, maybe.
For $60, this shit isn't bad.
Oh, it's
And
not bad.
It's 43 ABV. I mean, if it was 46, I think it would be phenomenal. But at 43, I don't discount it. I'll buy it at $60 all day long. I think it's good with just a small little hint of peat.
Yeah, JD, I've seen that one online. I mean, I have 43% Bushmills Black Bush. It's one of my favorite go-to kind of like bottom shelf Irish whiskeys. When you just want to have a pour that's tasty and not like spend a whole lot of time picking it apart. It's perfectly fine. I also like the fact that it's predominantly single malt.
This one here, since I got it, has been really good.
Okay.
The Orchard House, really good. I mean, it has turned out to be like a fruit bonanza, a cornucopia.
Yeah, I love that bottle.
Of
Really
That
fruit.
good.
bottle's gotten a lot of hype. A lot of hype. So.
Yeah.
But it's only like 55, 58 bucks.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly
Yeah.
what it was, but it's right in there. And I said, holy
Mhm.
smokes, 46 ABV, non-chill filtered, no color. Holy shit. This is like the holy grail of blended scotches. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit.
We don't see a lot of Compass Box in certain markets in Canada, so I haven't had the chance to try it. But ironically enough, I'll find like some obscure Douglas Lang, one of 500 bottle releases, sitting on the shelf here, which just baffles me.
It's just
Well,
who's
why?
buying it.
Yeah.
Compass Box sells a ton of their whiskey here in the States. For some reason, it sells better here in the States than it does over there.
This crap, I mean, it's not crap, but I mean, this Douglas Lang in the Rock Oyster, because they're now Rock Island, but oh my goodness, for a blended malt.
I have the 18 year, which is phenomenal.
And if you find this, you can find this. I mean, it's not on this particular one's not on the shelf because it's not distributed. But the places that have it, they're selling it for like 39 bucks. Holy smokes, that's a steal at that price. At 48, 6.8 ABV. It's nice with a suggestion of peat, smoke, sweetness.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been eyeing a 13-year Timorous Beastie cask strength, just because it's got me fascinated.
Hey, Charles, cheers, man. But thank you for that, and that's what we're talking about. I figured maybe that one was, but
I don't know what John has done that doesn't have Kleinlich in it at this point. I mean, he loves that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. I'm going to get the Spaniard next in the Orchard House. That's the first bottle I've actually owned and could sit with and really pick it apart. And Dustin was on when I did blended whiskeys and talked about it. And it's like the majority of the whiskeys in general are a blend unless they're a single barrel or single cask. So a lot of them are blended, and people had this stigma against blended whiskeys. I don't know why. You know, it's like, wow, fine. Don't pick this damn thing up. I'm fine with it because I'm going to get a couple more bottles so I have a backup because this shit is good.
Yep.
Sorry, but this shit is good.
I'm a big fan of Douglas Lang and their blended malts. I have a few of them.
and rightly so.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I am going to try that. I think Alex got that Timorous Beastie Meet the Beast 13 year.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Charles, I haven't seen the spice tree. I mean, I have, but I haven't seen it recently now that I'm on the Compass Box. But that's also on my radar. So if I do find it, I will pick one of those up because you're not the only one that's told me to specifically, they named that one, said, you need to get that then. If you like this, you're going to like that.
Yeah.
And, of course, Spaniard.
Yeah, that's
and
my
also,
friend.
I know where there's the Flaming Heart. I forget which one it is because there's been more than one. But anyway, I'm thinking about adding that one also.
Yeah, my friend who's a big Compass Box fan, Spice Tree is his favorite of all of them.
I really enjoyed the Spice Tree Extravaganza they put out a few years ago. Those can still occasionally show up on shelves.
Andrew, I know somebody that can get us that at approximately that price, if it's still on the shelf.
Oh, guys, I'm going to drop off because my
Yeah.
painkillers are kicking in and I'm starting to want to.
Well, you know what, Chris, dude, you know, I appreciate you on. I'm glad to have you here as always. And you can have a coffee in that left hand. You know that.
Yeah, but I think it'd sort of go against the painkillers.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
The painkillers really were just to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It just
I'm
depends.
killing
I
just
don't.
telling me it's time to take a nap, so I don't get too much sleep at night. Still,
Well, you know what? Just take care of yourself, bud, and keep us informed what's going on. And
Yeah.
feel free to pop on my stream anytime.
not all right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anthony.
All
Have a
right,
good
brother.
Thanksgiving,
Take it
all.
easy. Tell Lilith I
Yeah.
said hi.
Yeah, we'll
Don't
do. She'll
fight
be
any
home
more
fairly shortly.
appliances, man.
Okay, brother.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That's great.
Take
Cheers.
care, Chris.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in a few minutes because I
Yeah,
can
I'm not far
smell.
behind him, Anthony. It's 1 o'clock here. I'm getting ready to crash.
Yeah, well,
out.
we're gonna probably end it here after you leave and go over and
Yeah,
torment the shit out of
I gotta
Steve.
pretend to work for like at least 3 hours tomorrow, and then I'm probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, two
Yeah.
of which will be lurking on Ken's stream. I think he's starting tomorrow at 7:30.
Is he? Is he gonna go on? Okay.
Whiskey
Yeah.
Wednesday, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got actually, I still got to get a thumbnail for tomorrow's video before Mike yells at me. Can't get that son of a bitch to buy a goddamn bottle of whiskey, but he bitches if I don't get a thumbnail up. I'm like, Jesus. I swear that guy has not bought a bottle of whiskey that wasn't a Lagavulin special edition or something like that he'd had before, or something I brought to the channel, and then he's like, "Oh, I do want one of those." I'm like, dude, at some point you got to buy whiskey again to gamble.
That's right.
Like, I can't get him to. I can't get him to take a dime out of the channel to go buy whiskey. I'm like, dude, the channel's made like almost $2,000. Let's buy whiskey with it, and then we'll give it back to the Patreons.
Yeah.
That was our whole plan.
Buy a bottle or two, and then give 10 samples to patrons. Yeah, I got you.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was the whole plan that we were talking about forever, and it's just, I don't know what his deal is. The part of the problem is Mike has pretty much quit drinking except when we get together. Like, he's almost to the point where he's completely dry. And it's not something he's doing intentionally. He's just kind of like, I just kind of quit drinking. And he's also like, it's gotten really expensive to drink. And I'm like, yeah, because you only buy $1,000 whiskeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, buy some of these $100 bottles and you'll be happy.
Well, we had a run where Mike bought a bunch of $100 bottles and hated every one of them. And it really turned him off.
It happens, but I mean, you know, the $100 bottles are more the $50 bottles of yesterday.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
they are.
Oh,
But
it's
like I had a conversation of all
and you
places.
actually mean yesterday, as in like literally yesterday that was 50. Today it's 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no pun intended, but you're right, Dustin.
Yeah.
But I had this conversation at work, oddly enough, yesterday to a guy who I forget what his podcast is, but he's very political and he's very liberal, and he probably voted for Biden, but that's okay. Whatever he wants, as long as you vote. I don't care how you vote, as long as you vote. But anyway,
I don't consider voting in presidents. A lot of times you're just voting against the other guy. It's not a left-right thing. It's that guy's an asshole. Or that woman was Hillary.
ugh. But anyway, we were just talking about this, and we got into a discussion about whiskey of all things, and so he started off on it, and it piqued my interest, and so we just started going back and forth. And he says, "You seem pretty knowledgeable." I said, "Yeah, I have no idea why." I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him. But anyway, we were talking about the prices and so on and so forth, and I was listening to what he buys, and I go, yeah, I wouldn't buy that even at $27. But if you like it, you like it.
Yeah.
But it's just getting to the point now where, like you said, the $50 of today is gone, and it's more closer to that $100 bottle that was the $50 or less bottle,
Well,
unless of course you're Evan Williams bottled and bond,
Well, I mean,
which
look
is
at
still a good buy at $16 or $15.
look what
for
happened
damn
to
sure.
Octomore here in Canada. We used to get it at UK pricing. The last one I paid for was like 200 Canadian. Now it's shot up in the course of a year to over 300, and it's like, oof.
I actually saw Octomores, but I can't remember if it was like the 10.1, 10.2, 10.3 or whatever, but it was older versions, at a
Mhm.
place, they were $500 and $600 a
Oh,
bottle.
no.
I know. I know.
I mean, at 200 Canadian, I was okay because I like them. I like Bruichladdich. I'm a big fan. Fine. But at 300, it just became nope. Doesn't matter.
I'd
Even
like
at,
to have one, but like you said, at 300, I already know. No. That's
for a
it's not.
5-year-old, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not
you're
a
looking at one. You're looking at 150, Anthony, from Whiskey World for the .3s right now,
See, 150 US for a .3, yeah. The
especially
Isla
for a point
Barleys,
three.
yeah.
if when you see Donald going, yeah, buy that. Yeah, yeah.
Well-
And his head's shaking like a bobblehead.
I
You
think
know
I
it's
think Cypress still has a couple older ones for maybe $1.50 plus maybe $30 shipping, something like that.
Probably.
really.
Probably.
The UK prices are really good. I mean,
They are really good. The prices are the sites that you sent me, Greg, and then you, Dustin. Yeah, I've been back and forth on some of those, looking at the prices, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It's $50, $75, $100, depending upon the bottle, less than what I can
Oh,
get it
yeah.
for here.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, and then even if you add shipping, you're saving $50, $75.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
That's how I
Has their
used.
currency tanked that much?
Well, that's how I used to get the majority of my stuff that I couldn't get here in Canada. But
yeah, you just realize how much we're getting ripped off by the importers and all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Once
Yep.
you realize, we see this stuff.
Anthony, I think the ones that came out this year, I think were around 275 plus tax here, and we're a control state. So
Same
yeah,
here. And that's I laughed. I just went, nope.
Yep.
that's it.
So
Forget
just
it.
to say, Greg, I finished up the Florida edition with Eric maybe a week ago because
Okay.
you sent him some stuff. And I said, well, I have some special editions from Greg also that I'll drink with you that I've been saving for a particular moment that somebody has the same one. So he had it, the Florida. And so I finished it up. But just as good Sunday as it was when you dropped it off here. A
Yeah.
phenomenal frickin' bottle of Highland Park.
Those are a good deal. Those Highland Park single cask or sherry butts or whatever they are. Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
good.
those are a good
Great.
deal.
It was honestly, it was fruity. It had honey. It had heather. It had a little spice on the finish. It was amazing. It truly was amazing. And he said the same thing. He goes, I can't get over this. He goes, it's wonderful. He says, since you showed me how to experience Lefroy, because he was going to kill one on my stream because he couldn't stand it. And I told him, stop, let me help you. And now he can't get enough of Pete.
Yeah, I think what I sent him a Highland Park,
You did.
a Belvini Pete Week,
Yes, you did.
a Lefroy cast strength,
So
and
you
then
said the Pete week. I have this one. Which,
Yeah.
Ooh,
which,
they were
which
they were
you sent
terribly
him the
expensive
week
here.
of Pete.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
I have a Pete week, and then Dustin's the one that his laser eyes focused in that it was a 2003.
Yeah, that one. That was my favorite.
That was the like, oh my gosh, where did you find that? Go back and buy me one if they have.
I went.
They
I
didn't.
went through 6 of those bottles of that.
But anyway,
particular one. I just kept
this
buying until they
this
were gone.
truly is
And I kept
a
drinking them.
damn fantastic.
It's the
That
easiest
bottle.
drinking peated whiskey I've ever had. Like it's just so easy to drink. It's just
yeah.
oh.
I think I sent him the week of Pete that came out like last year, so it was like
Yes.
48, 49%.
Yeah, it was a
ABV.
newer version, and I explained to him the difference. But anyway, so he and I went through that. I went through that flight with him. He drank it on my stream, and I went through that, and I told him which ones to drink first, from basically the lowest to the highest. Well, that one has a little more this or that, so do this one. And he was like, "Oh my God, they're amazing." I said,
Yeah.
"Greg doesn't drop you off shit." I said, his stuff is top notch stuff. I go, he's showing you what's out there. And I says, now you've got the taste. Now you know the brands. I said,
Yeah, and
go forth and prosper.
yeah, I sent him and I think the other one was a Kill Karen. So I sent him a Campbelltown
Yes,
cast strength. I
yes,
sent him
he
an
pulled up
Islas
that,
cast
I think it
strength.
was an 8-year
It was
Campbelltown peat.
it was the heavily peated, so I'm not sure what the age statement on that was. Then I sent him
Very young.
yeah, and I sent him the
It's also called work in progress.
well, this was the heavily peated. It wasn't the work in progress.
No, the heavily peated are also. It says work in progress on them too.
Yeah, it was a batch 6, and then I sent him a Lefroy cast strength batch 13, and I sent him a Highland Park that single cast, and then I sent him the Belvini the week of peat. So I sent him a peated Scotch, higher ABV from like 4 of the different regions, so he could kind of see that each are a little bit different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And he did. He was picking up on all of that. He was picking up on all of that. And like I said, I took him from basically the lowest and worked his way up there. And he was happier than a pig in my mud. Trust me. Trust me. He was very happy. He goes, I don't know what to say. He goes, this is an amazing set of samples. And I go,
well, when he
trust
was on
me,
your
I know.
channel,
I said, I've got him up here. I said, I know.
Yeah. When he was on your channel a couple of weeks ago, Anthony, I think he was drinking like a Lefroy Select or something like that, which I don't even know. I'm sure that even has an age statement or anything like that.
It's not. Lefroy Select is NAS, but no, he was drinking or killing off that Lefroy 10, and I stopped him before he basically did a shot of it, and I said, this is what you got to know. This is what you got to do. And then all of a sudden, it was an awakening for him.
Yeah.
And now he's like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. This is good. This is this is that. And so now he is willing and eager to try a Lefroy strength peat is what I say. So I said, well, if you can drink Lefroy, you can drink Ardbeg. You can drink Lagavulin. You know, that it's not going to be a problem. You like the Highland Park, you'll love Bunnahabhain 12. That's the standard. You're not going to have a problem with it. You're going to like Colilla 12. I go, it's not going to be a problem. I said, now that you understand peat, your palate has been adjusted appropriately. I go forth and prosper, dude. You're going to be fine. Pick something and start there and then work up. I said, find out what the core range is. If it's a 12 or a 15 or a 16, I said, some of them like Lagavulin, their core, their specific, their quintessential release is that, and Lagavulin's the 16. Everything kind of goes from there. I go, you'll be fine. But anyway.
It takes a little bit of while. I mean, when I first tried peated Scotch, it's like, well, that's different, but I'm not sure I like it. And then
exactly,
it's after you. It's kind of like I do the analogy of, like I said, it's kind of like fucking doing geometry. I don't understand it, and then one day I understood it. But I can't explain what happened to doing geometry from one day to the next. But one day I understood how to do it, and the day before I didn't. So the same.
Well, you know what? The push for me, in other words, what got me back into peated Scotch was a finished rye. And that gave me enough of the taste of peat to go, okay, let me take the next step again, because I did the Ardbeg Pirate, the committee release.
Yep.
And I wanted to drag my tongue across the carpeted floor in a casino to get that shit out of my mouth. It was so freaking bad. Okay. I mean, it just like boom. But I went to another tasting, and Ardbeg themselves happened to be there. And they said, well, that's where you screwed up. I go, well, I didn't know that. And they said, yeah, try this Wee Beastie. So I took a sip of the Wee Beastie and I go, holy smokes, this is freaking good. And they said, okay, you like that? And I go, oh yeah. And they go, okay, forget the wheat beasting, go right to the 10 and you'll be fine. I go, really? They go, yep. And so I didn't get it right away, and I didn't taste the Ardbeg 10 right away. I went and bought a High West from Total Wine that was finished for 9 months in peated Scotch barrels. And it's a double rye.
Okay.
And I tried that. And I was like, oh my gosh, that, and you know it's peat because that's distinctive. But that smokiness with the sweet of the rye. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I drank that bottle that night easily past the shoulder. So let's just say 3 pours. And I was like, oh my gosh. I could still taste the smoke the next day. And I kept thinking about it. I went out and purchased the Ardbeg 10. I was in hog heaven.
Yeah, that's all you need really is Ardbeg 10.
I was in hog heaven. I'm just telling you. It was like, holy smokes. It was like nirvana. It was like the light went off. So go back to Eric when he had the Lafroig. He never liked any of the sips or any of the pours that he had out of there. And he was going to kill it on my stream. And I stopped him and educated him and explained to him what peat was. And then I coached him a little bit. And I'm not saying it was all because of me, because I already knew he understood the flavors. He understood what he was going to get. He already had the palate shock over with.
Yep.
And he was expecting Band-Aids and hate. I just talked to him reasonably and pushed and helped him through that. And then bing. Just like Sugar Kitty did for me. And then when you sent me, Greg, those Highland Parks and said that this is like totally different from Kilhoman, totally different from the Ardbeg, totally different from it. And the peat was subtle, but just right for that spirit, that expression. The way the smoke, the salt, the sweetness of that particular expression in those samples, I was like, oh my goodness, this is really delicious. Really delicious. It was almost like, for me, drinking a good viscous bourbon that had the vanillas and the caramels with a hint of spice on it, like the rye spice. And I was like, holy smokes. And that just set me off again on my Scotch journey that I shoved aside 30 years ago. So, like you are credited for, and I say this, that got me back into these other brands that made me go, oh my goodness, this shit is good.
Yeah, I think once you get going to it, and then, and then I've never had as much of them, but some of the more sophisticated layered whiskeys that, like Dustin and Mike drink, then that's a whole new fucking level there. When you get the Campbellton stuff or some of the older Lagavulins and stuff like that, then you take the next step and to get into.
Oh, that's a whole
really,
new,
complex, sophisticated.
When you can sit there and sip on 26-year-old Highland Park like it's nothing. I mean, come on.
God almighty. I love the absurdity of the internet. I keep getting friggin' emails from England telling me I've had my car serviced at Advanced Vauxhall in Slough, England. They're like, "Dear Mr. Rance, we've tried to contact you several times. And I've already called these people, and I'm like, you've got the wrong bloody person." And they still keep trying to contact me.
Go, I'm not on the same continent as you.
Yeah.
It's like, And then, a couple of days ago, it was like, oh, your MOT is due. And I'm like, I don't even have a car in Britain, for Christ's sake.
Say, I run the Shoe Leather Express. Do you understand that?
Like,
That's like when I got a work phone once, and then somehow it got hacked. I don't know if it was through the server from the people that hosted our phone or something. I kept getting all these texts like, I want you to come over and bring your big schlong with you. And I showed it to my wife and I said, that ain't fucking true. This is a prank call. That's not a real text.
Jesus.
Like,
you got to call it like it is, right, Craig?
Yeah, it's like, fuck. I haven't even had the phone for 2 weeks. I'm getting prank emails, the bots or whatever it was.
Yeah, well, this isn't a prank. This is from an actual car dealership, and I've spoken to people. I'm like, you've got the wrong email address. You've got the wrong contact info. I don't understand this. I've only been to Slough, England once in my life. Why am I getting this? Please take me off. And then I'm still getting contacted. So
hey, they like you. What can I say?
Well, some of that shit you got to watch too, Donald, because you get the emails and you don't want to open the attachment.
No, I'm not. There's no attachments. That's the thing. It's got the logo and everything. I call the number and it's actually Slough, England. And I make sure I do it, either from work, which is a landline. And it's just like, what the hell's going on here? Anyway, more internet absurdity.
It is. All right. Well, we'll might as well end the stream here so our East Coaster and our Canadian can get doing what they need to do. And
my lasagna is ready. So
there you go. And then we can go over and bother Cheech for a few. I didn't plan on going this long, but
trash, and I'll go to the gym in the morning and then hop on Ken's. I guess he's doing it tomorrow, Whiskey Wednesday, something like that.
Yeah, I'll pop on too, and
I'm about ready to crash myself.
So
I'm about to have dinner. So
there you go.
Because I just got home about 40 minutes ago or so, 45 minutes ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
But everybody in chat, everybody on the panel, I appreciate you. I enjoy our conversations. My channel wouldn't be what it is without the people that are in the panel here and then the people that are in the chat. So cheers. Look forward to seeing you all again. And just FYI, I may not stream this Sunday. It just depends on how the holiday goes.
Yep.
If I do, you'll see the thumbnail. Cheers, everybody.
Have a good one, everybody.
Have a good one, everyone.
Cheers.
Talk to y'all in the next couple of days.